I'm Scott Churchson, alongside the far superior Mr. Obie Spencer, and welcome to NFL Draft 2022 as we break down what our teams desperately need, what they hope they're going to get, and cover the rest of the league as well. Hope you guys are doing awesome out there. JD Walker will be in from a distance, and then as well as Mr. Brandon Kay will be popping on as soon as his basketball show is done. So we're going to be talking a little bit about football pretty much the entire night. But in the meantime, how you doing?
I'm doing great. This is an interesting draft. I suspect they're going to be. This is going to be one of those drafts. If you look at Wikipedia on those drafts and you go over the history of drafts, sometimes there's a lot of color at the top.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's one of those drafts that's going to end up with a lot of color at the top, but a lot of names that we are not going to remember what year, what draft, what round they were picked in, because they're the guys who make the difference away from the ball. I'm, as I told you ahead of time, really interested in how this draft's going to fall out with these wide receivers. From a dynasty perspective, I think the better talented guys may be going to less exciting situations, while some of the more mediocre talented guys might be playing for a couple of quarterbacks we consider all-time greats with Mahomes and Rodgers. So very interested on that from my dynasty perspective. I will certainly be talking about that throughout the night. For the real dynasty diehards, that's the big days tomorrow, but we're not doing tomorrow.
Nope. Now, basically, in this case here, we're going to go with the first round, the big round. In this case, it is a little bit of a slower process. The draft is usually a little bit faster as the days pile on. But when it comes right down to it, this is the one that most people have the most interest in. I've got a whole bunch of excited Giants fans that they're showing right there. New hope for my Giants nation. Due GM Joel Schoen coming over from the Buffalo Bills in this case here. So we have some hope in Giant Nation. We're going to see what ends up happening there. You know, it's entirely possible he may just pick Cade York in the first round as a kicker and just disappoint us as we're used to having. But right now, like I said, it's a really nice day over there in Vegas right now. It's about about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whatever time it is over there. Vegas this time of year is really nice, but we're going to be talking a little bit more about football and a little less about Vegas. You as an Eagles fan, me as a Giants fan, the rivalry goes back decades in here. However, in your case, your team is definitely the better team and the better team coming into this.
Yeah, but I don't think really either team holds much of a candle right now to the Cowboys. I just I don't want to go out there and lie. With the deficits they have had this year, losses on defense and offense, probably in more need of an offensive lineman than any Dallas Cowboy fan can probably remember. You know, this is the draft that I wouldn't be surprised if somehow, they trade up because there's a really good offensive lineman midway through this draft. I think your Giants, though, are the team that is best positioned. I think that there is a bit of a fall off after the three defensive linemen, Hutchinson, Hutchinson, Walker, and Thibodeau, who may drop. And then you got Neal and Cross at offensive tackle. And then, there's good quarterbacks and stuff. But those are the five guys I'm looking at, and the Giants are right there to get one of those guys. And then trade that other pick back because I've heard much talk about how they have a big gap in what they're looking for. Now, my Eagles probably looking for one of these wide receivers we spoke of earlier. A lot of people pointing to Olave as the guy who's going to get down to them. Personally, if you can't get Garrett Wilson, which the Eagles can't, I'm hoping somehow Jameis Williams falls down to him. To me, he's the guy with the most upside, most explosiveness, and to pair him with Devonta Smith, to me sounds, to use the word that will not be used often in this particular draft, sexy. So those are things I'm hoping for, looking at. Jealous of the Giants' position in this draft, not jealous of the Giants' position for the season, although there is big Giant news that I think is pertinent to this draft.
I'm going to basically pat myself on the back here and probably throw out my shoulder in the process. I did predict this was going to happen. The Giants did not pick up the option on Daniel Jones at $22+ million, which surprises pretty much no one. If he does well, you can always franchise tag him if he has a breakout year this year. But again, this is not Joel Schoen's quarterback. This is Dave Gettleman's quarterback. So he is going to want to start fresh. He is going to want to build his own legacy. And Daniel Jones, in a lot of ways, is going to be kind of a lame duck quarterback this year. The Giants are clearly thinking 2023, not 2022. So he's, in a lot of ways, playing for next season with what he does this year.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, and look, I think that with all due respect to Daniel Jones, because I think he's an NFL quarterback, but there are some guys out there who NFL teams pulled the trigger on early. Your first year they went early with contract with Goff and Wentz. Then they went early with the extension with Mayfield. I think these teams are going to wait longer and longer on these quarterbacks. I think that we have a situation in the NFL which is very different than when you and I grew up. When you and I grew up, rookie quarterback sat the first year and then developed and became successful. Now a rookie quarterback can start and and have a modicum of success. The NFL is built for offense now.
And I'm still not a fan of that, though. I'm still not a fan.
Yeah, no, and because of that, then what happens is you have higher expectations for an average quarterback than you should. So the man's coming out to start. The commissioner's coming out, so I'm going to see if he's going to pick somebody. Who are all these fancy white suited dudes? Must be Vegas folks. It's people are excited.
So, yeah, first pick in the draft is going to be, unsurprising, the Jacksonville Jaguars, a team that typically struggles year after year after year. So I'm going to swing that over to this at this point because actually we might be getting underway. And somebody giving a straight up thumbs down on international television as Goodell is actually having is up on stage right now. Yeah, you got to love it. Goodell has never exactly been the most popular of commissioners in any sport.
You know what he is, though? He's very popular with his employers.
Yeah, that's the part. It's the ones, and he gets paid copious amounts of money to run this league. And the owners do like that in this case.
Yeah, no, they like that he comes out here. Like every time he gets booed, the owners go, "That's not us getting booed, but it is them getting booed." But we act like it's all on Goodell, So
yeah, well, it's the face. The face is the one that always takes the praise and the fall.
Right.
But yeah, no. In this case, though, like I said, the Jaguars are picking again. Last year was Trevor Lawrence. This year, they need an offensive line. Honestly, truth be told, they have a bunch of stuff they got to clean up. Offensive line, linebacker, wide receiver. I think if they're smart, they'll take an offensive lineman. There's a few options that are out there. But that team, like the Giants, need to shore that up because the turnovers and the fumbles in general are just so enormous between both of those teams that they need to be able to figure out a way to fix this. The Jaguars, though, I'm not convinced they will.
I believe the Jaguars are going to make the mistake of taking that defensive end, which has, it's interesting because there's been some good defensive ends picked first overall, but they haven't stuck on their team and done their best work for their team. So, Ice Cube is being brought up on stage. Of course.
What I'm finding weird, though? They don't actually have these subtitles at the bottom to say actually who these people are. I mean, obviously, there's Ice Cube. That was easy enough. But the other guys in the back, they didn't put a name behind them.
But remember, you're watching on ESPN. I'm watching on NFL Network. I'm getting names.
You are getting names. All right.
I am getting names.
I think it's also on Channel 7, too. ABC.
So, yeah. I'm getting names. I definitely got the name with Ice-T. You know what? The other names I might have got because I don't have volume. I have words on my TV itself.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is much better. Oh my God. Yeah. ESPN has none of that lower third down there at all.
Okay.
So, but yeah, like I said, the Jacksonville Jaguars are not a team that's built to desire to win. They're built for basically profits for the owner. You got Trevor Lawrence in there. Trevor Lawrence sells jerseys. Tim Tebow last year sold jerseys, but the product on the field has been weak year after year.
Yes, yeah, it has been an ugly product for quite some time, and I'm not sure that they didn't. They have a lot to prove this year with that quarterback. Bad coaching. Yeah. When you hire a coach that everyone expects is going to fail, and then he fails. That you can't even put that on the GM. I think that goes on ownership.
That whole situation was just chaos incarnate from the beginning.
Yes.
And it became laughing chaos later on. And again, in this case here with the Jaguars, there's a chance to start fresh, to build again, build new. But unlike the Giants, I have less faith in the Jaguars here.
Oh no, the Jaguars have not shown us. I mean, and the one year they were good in the playoffs, it's kind of like they stumbled into success.
Sure.
But I do have faith in their head coach, who they're showing on my team, on my screen right now, Mr. Peterson. I think he had one of the better coaching runs for a Super Bowl victory team. He lost his quarter. Anytime you lose your starting quarterback and you go into the Super Bowl, Parcells, of course, did it, and Peterson did it. It's something to be admired. Now, whether you can do it again will be seen. But he definitely got the best out of Wentz that we saw, and even out of Nick Foles.
This is a Jaguars. The Jaguars, I'll give them credit. The Jaguar fans are out in force. They really, a lot of them showed up here all the way out to Vegas. So respect to that for what is, I think, the least popular franchise in the NFL.
Well, that's because all their fans live in Vegas.
Could be, I mean, I don't know why you'd be a Jacksonville Jaguar fan in Las Vegas.
Well, because you didn't have a team to root for until last year.
Yeah, but I was going to say LA is only 3 hours, maybe 4.
Yeah, and that's funny when people from our area say things like that. Because come on, when somebody says, "Oh, I'll just take a road trip to the city," the closest city is 3 to 6 hours away. We're both like, I got 3 to 6 cities within an hour.
That is one of the things about living in New Jersey here. We're the 4th smallest state in the country. Thank you, Waldorf High School, for teaching me that. But so we're so used to, okay, for me, 15 miles north, 70 miles west, or 100 miles south, I can be in 3 different states.
Yeah.
And that's where, like I said, when you're in Nevada, I mean, granted, Vegas is on the southwest side, but it is many, many hours just to get to, in this case, LA, as I said, as an example. But I don't know. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars, the struggle that they have is that they're in a snowbird state. Snowbird states, with the exception of Tampa, because Tampa's obviously had success with Tom Brady. Snowbird states, you have people that move down there but keep their team loyalty. I mean, there are so many Giants fans, Jets fans, Patriots fans down in Florida because they all just moved down there. And it's like, I'm not rooting for the Jags.
Arizona has the same sort of problem.
It does. Lesser degree, I think, but yes.
Yes. But, I think that ignores the population of Florida that is, there for the long haul. I mean, there are definitely people in Florida who have been there for families for multiple generations that we forget because the big cities and the populous areas are the snowbirds who come down. But that's just our New Jersey view of Florida.
Everybody hates us anyway. So
yeah. Right. New Jersey's so bad, we have 2 teams and can't even get one of them to name themselves after us.
Part of the reason why some people like myself are excited about the New Jersey Generals is because we have so many teams here that call themselves New York, even though they play here.
Yeah.
Giants, Jets, the Red Bulls. I mean, they play in New Jersey, and they're like, we're New York. And it's like, you're not like close to the border. You're pretty far away here. And, the Generals are like, oh my God, we have a team from Jersey. You acknowledge the fact you're from New Jersey.
Yeah. As we're really getting off kilter. When I moved down here to Philly, I came down with all intentions of being like a Devil fan. I'm like, we live in New Jersey.
I wouldn't really recommend being that right now.
And this was 20 years ago. And I was like, you guys really all in New Jersey are, they're North Jersey. We're a state the size. Okay, I'm a Flyers fan. I was like, all right. Yeah, we're the state the size of some counties in Wisconsin, in Wyoming, you know?
I know. It blows my mind to see, like states like California and Texas, how immensely big it is when you grow up in New Jersey and your state is like, 170 miles north to south and like 70 miles east to west.
Yeah.
By the way, the Jacksonville Jaguars have less than 5 minutes left on their first round pick. I don't know why they're taking this long.
Yeah, here's the thing. They may be talking to these guys, making sure that they sign. But I mean, the show in the draft room, they're not doing anything. They're not calling
Yeah,
anybody.
they're just waiting to the last minute for dramatic effect, maybe. Oh,
I guess.
pick is officially in now. So we are going to get
Okay.
the first pick in the NFL draft for 2022. Again, they may actually pick a punter.
Hey, your pick is as good as mine.
All right.
All right.
Yeah,
Here it is.
the Jags fans are excited, man. I give them credit.
Well, everyone's excited in Vegas. Look at it. They're outside. They're going to get their pick, and then they're going to go back inside and lose all their money.
Basically, yeah.
I shouldn't even say that. As somebody who's been has a modicum of success in his trips to Vegas, I shouldn't say that.
I don't. I don't feel comfortable gambling because I worry about my ability to get hooked way too quickly and lose the money a bit too quickly. I'm too cheap that way too. But yeah, I'm one of those ones that's like you start out with $15 and suddenly my keys to my car are gone.
You know what? It's a lot harder in Vegas to lose money like that than it is at your local friend's house because you got to get out,
or Atlantic City,
get chips. Yeah.
I saw a guy have a heart attack in Atlantic City 20 years ago. Paramedics had to go to town on the guy. I don't know what he lost, but it had to have been massive. But
or what he won.
Not from the reaction I saw. It didn't because he was crying that way, and then like I said, clutch his chest dropped and paramedics are all like that.
So Vegas was right on this pick. It's Trayvon Walker.
All right.
And defensive end, type of guy, big pass rusher. Just got a weird text message, unrelated to anything of here. We'll see if I get the answer on that. But yeah, so
we're doing the Shane Falco jersey. Woo! So, all right. So basically, the first pick in the draft is done. I guess you got to be ahead of me right now.
Well, no. So my apps are all ahead of the TV.
Okay.
So and I did not realize how far ahead they are of the TV.
Okay. All right. Well, just announce it when you find out. Because I thought maybe it was on my end.
No. I have an app on my iPad, which I did not know I had set. Actually, two different apps on my iPad that are just sending me updates, and an app on my phone that I'm looking at to try to keep up with what's happening. So yeah, I got plenty going on. Nice shirt. I like the comm outfit. The fam cam as they're calling it.
I love the fam cam. I think it's awesome to name.
Yeah. That's a slick defensive ends outfit, not a gaudy thing, but still a nice quality leather jacket. Yes. And very happy money family.
I got to wonder in this case here, because Trayvon Walker was one of the ones that they were wondering, if it was going to be him, Hutchinson, if it was going to be Evan Neal, where you look at it, it's like, well, at least I'm playing, Do you really, again, I stand on, do you really want to go to Jacksonville?
You know what? Yes. Do I want to go? Yeah, I mean, Jacksonville's a nice place to live. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but you play to win the game. Sometimes when you're that high up in the draft pick, you kind of know that you're going to be with a team that may not go anywhere.
Yeah. On the other hand, they might go somewhere. Like it's hard. Like I think when you are 21 years old, you're going to go play with Trevor Lawrence. Mm-hmm. This is not somebody this is somebody who you've been aware of your entire playing career, right? Because you are all these 4 or 5 star recruits. You know who these guys are. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he knows who this guy is. He can't believe he's getting a chance to play with him. So we will see what comes in. Detroit doesn't even wait, by the way.
So
I haven't gotten the update anywhere other than a TV. You see, it's fun. It's one time I'm way ahead of you. Now the TV's way ahead. So it's just really weird. Detroit doesn't wait.
Yeah. I like that though. Don't, just roll with it, get it done. That's why it just kind of surprised me. Maybe it was a pause for dramatic effect sort of thing. the fact that Jacksonville just waited as long as they did.
Yeah, they may have been told. You know, they may not even been. You know what I mean? Like Jacksonville may have picked 20 minutes ago.
They might have.
Yeah, we don't know how this works.
Yeah, I know, but well, one down. 31 to go.
Jacksonville. Okay, so Detroit was drooling over Adrian Hutchinson. Lots of people thought he was the best player in the draft. They were super excited that he fell to him, and they didn't want to get talked out of it by taking listening to offers. So
They went with Hutchinson.
Yeah, on paper they have had two really good first round picks. They were the team that took the offensive lineman last year. They got the defensive lineman this year. Next year they finally fill in the gaps with the quarterback situation. Although look, Goff got one team to the playoffs. Why can't he get a second team, even if it's Detroit there?
So all right, so basically the two of the three that we thought were going to go immediately have gone at this point.
Yes.
So next up is the Houston Texans, and then after that the New York Jets, and we'll see if Brandon can make it on in time, or we'll definitely make sure to get his reaction to it too, because Brandon is as hardcore a Jets fan as anybody I think I've ever met.
Yep.
This does not bode well for my Giants, though. But
I think Lorenzo Neal's still there. Cross is still there. So I mean, the Giants. Evan Neal, not Lorenzo Neal.
But see that in this case here, if Evan Neal goes, I almost wonder if the Giants may trade down and pick up a couple later firsts. Because they got the 7 anyway.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing for the Giants is there are a lot of options in terms of what they are going to do if things don't go their way.
That is a long walk actually down that walkway down there.
Yeah,
for Hutchinson.
Right. That's why I've got the update, but. Yeah, that's the thing. They got to make the hat. They got to make the.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So congratulations to that young man. Half my age, but you know what? Playing professional football.
I'm already yawning. Apologies to the audience.
What's that? Oh no,
I'm already yawning with apologies to the audience.
Let me get more wine. I've got this 6 proof wine that was just. Yeah, I filled it to here. I'm barely feeling a thing out of it. Carlo Rossi really tastes good, but it's like 6 proof.
Well, that's what wine is. Wine is not known for its.
Weirdly enough, wine sometimes goes right through me. Not at all. So, anyway, moving on to the Houston Texans, who've been a massive, massive problem on offense. I forget their exact statistics. I think they led the league or tied the league in turnovers last year.
So now do we? And this is the Texans. So this is the first team that you expect to go off book. Whatever you've seen, suggested, whatever. This is the team that traded away Nuke and traded away Watson and traded away. This is a team. So whatever you think is going to happen is this is where you're like, oh, Malik Willis goes 3rd overall when everyone's like, oh, wait, what? So
I don't know. I mean. Be curious to see what Houston ends up doing in this kind of case here. But, this is the teams that have the biggest holes.
Yes.
And they did get, obviously they got a lot back for Deshaun Watson. He's Cleveland's problem now.
Yes. A problem they seem happy to have. I'm going to get off of the Watson subject as quickly as we got on it. But, yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is where the Giants have to start worrying, right? There's 3 linemen. The one everyone knows, Neal, and Gawan and Cross. So
you got two that can take Neal before you.
Yeah. So you hope that they don't. There's another edge rusher in Jermaine Johnson out there.
Mm-hmm.
There's been talk of Derek Singletary, and I don't know where he's going to fall. But you do got Thibodeau, who was man before the season started, and different people say different things about him. And what But the basic thing I've heard is if he gets picked in the top 10, then the other 9 teams probably made a mistake. But if he falls out of the top 10, it means all the teams have the same report on who he is as a player, not his physical abilities, and maybe he isn't someone you want to use your top picks on.
Yeah, right now the pick is already in for Houston as well. Houston actually traded Deshaun Watson, 24th pick, 6th-round pick, for a first round of 22, 23, and 24, and a third round of 23, plus a fourth round. Dude, they have a first-round pick in the next 3 years. The Cleveland Browns are, banking everything they've got on Watson. So this case here, even if Watson does well, and we'll go back to Houston now, the Houston Texans, they made out hardcore with us, 100%. I mean, they are sitting on a gold mine right here if they do this right.
Yeah, because the thing is they have their own pick and Cleveland. So let's say Cleveland goes on a 3-year Super Bowl victory.
Mm-hmm.
They still have their own pick in the 32nd to trade up for whatever spot they you're not going to get into the top 5, but you're going to get into the top 10 every draft if you want. Yeah. If you want. Mm-hmm. And more importantly, you can trade up 2 or 3 spots and still have a second first-round pick. Lots you can do with that. I also, and this is when I start to, when are the trades going to come in? When are they going to start happening? If you're Houston, you kind of need a lot of everything, but you go ahead and fill those needs with the best available players in the with the big guys. Do you trade back? Oh, yeah, right. Obviously, they didn't trade back. Come to think of it.
So, Houston Texans select Derek Stingley Jr.
All right. So they did go with the cornerback. There was talk that they might do that, and they did.
Yeah, and they did go with it. Well,
which I think has to make you an excited guy because I don't think the Jets
are holding on to hope here.
Yeah. No, because I think I don't know who's this is where there are 2 offensive linemen. There's Neal and Igawe. Igawe, I believe his name is pronounced. Mm-hmm. Neal's been getting more his name thrown out around, but from what I've read, understand they're both really good, as is Cross. Mm-hmm. So the Giants are in a position to get any one of those guys, one of those 3 guys. Jets may take their pick of offensive linemen, or the Jets here might, get an edge rusher themselves, or go crazy and get a wide receiver here. I think they're better off getting a wide receiver later. And the cornerback situation is not against them either.
The Jets' defense last year was worse than the NFL in a ton of different categories. I would, for them, get an edge rusher. I would get a cornerback. I would go hardcore in that arena because they need to clean that up in every single way possible.
Yes.
Yes.
So I would love to see Thibodeau go here to the Jets because I think he's got the kind of personality that's going to make him a lot of money in New York City, even if he fails as a player. He can be. I don't like to call Baker Mayfield a failure. I mean, the guy started for 3 seasons in the NFL. That's may not be what you want out of the first round, number 1 pick, but that's better than most picks ever do.
Sure.
So, but I feel like if Thibodeau goes to New York, he could be a guy who you're seeing on TV, and you got going, is he on TV too much?
This is New York.
It's New York. You can't be on TV too much.
It is funny that Progressive, while they have commercials going on right now, do not have the Baker Mayfield commercials going on right now.
They do not. Oh, I've not seen a new Baker Mayfield commercial with Progressive.
Nope.
I do not think they re-signed him up.
Jets here I am. I'm in time.
With 4 minutes of about 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go.
I had it timed. I had this planned all day because I heard. I forgot where I heard it, but someone said they had the second pick. The Jets had the second pick, and I was like, no, they don't.
Yeah, it was this.
I had to do a whole wardrobe change and everything.
this draft has actually gone pretty quick that I was actually wondering if you were going to make it in time.
Yeah, I mean that's all Detroit, just like instant pick. Detroit did the instant pick, but everyone else is taking their full 15.
The Jets right now, 4 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, I had to.
Per NFL Network.
Is it Scott or is it me who's freezing here?
I think it's Scott.
Okay. All right. I feel much I don't feel much better now. Yeah, now I'm like, Scott looks like he's not moving and you were. So we got you here on time. Any thoughts real quick on 2 offensive linemen and a cornerback going 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, I haven't. So I was just on my show, Home Court Press, all basketball. I'm switching gears football now, doing a quick catch up here. It's the quarterback so far being that's a little much to me. I think that's
I gotta say the CBS, who I have their mock draft up, just I picked one random. Their mock draft is 1, 2, 3 in a row. They got all 3 so far. And now they got the Jets taking a defensive lineman, which Scott said as well. Picks in. We'll see who it is. I will not spoil it if you've got the TV on there, Brandon. I will let Brandon make the announcement, even if it comes in early for me. All right, that's definitely Scott.
I still got 3:15 on the clock.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because are you on ESPN or NFL Network?
ESPN, I think.
Okay, yeah.
ESPN.
All right. I am showing pick is in here, but not who. I've been getting my information faster on my apps than I have on the TV, and I've been ahead of Scott, who is traditionally the fastest one amongst us here.
Yes.
Oh yes, it's in. Oh, this is a surprise pick to me. This is a surprise.
Shit. Great. Great. They are. Let's see.
It's not a horrific pick. It's a guy who.
You know what? They probably. You know what?
Pick. It's just not where I thought the Jets were going.
I have a feeling they took Hamilton.
Hamilton, because what? You've been watching Disney Plus stuff again?
No. You said you're surprising, so I'm trying to think. I'm trying to call an audible here.
I mean, I think Hamilton is a real stretch. So no, I would not have picked Hamilton.
All right. So then.
Jets fans are out in this one.
And probably Cross or Davis.
Those guys would definitely have been surprises, but that's not who it was. Well, I shouldn't say that. That's not who it was, but they would have surprised me.
All right. Well.
I mean, again, I think it's a need, but it's there. It is.
Barbecue sauce Gardner. All right, you know what? That's all right.
No, I like him. Everything I've heard about him, I like him.
Yeah. Okay. So they addressed a need, and quarterback is a dire need. Brutal. Haven't had a cornerback since Revis Island.
No, you have not. And this is a guy who, when he went and played against Alabama, played well. In his biggest games, he played well. The biggest knock on him is he was so good in the small conference, the ball was never thrown at him because he was shutting down every mid-major level player.
Yeah.
So, well, listen, we mentioned this before. I mean, the Jets, the defense need to be upgraded.
Yeah.
So.
See, now the Debo talk is really heating up because all talk was around this 10th pick.
Yeah. I can't imagine.
I'm not mad at this.
49ers.
I'm not mad at this.
I can't imagine the 49ers moving Samuel because of the way the wide receiver market is and the number of years they can keep him at the low cost, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, but if they go for a Drake, like you have him on a rookie deal, then if Debo is not going to be committed to the run game aspect of his, then is it worth? You can't pay him that much. This is all based on him being a hybrid player. So,
yeah. I mean, I guess a lot of it also depends which wide receivers have already gone.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you want from your wide receiver? So this kid's name is, his nickname is Sauce because he was a little kid. He used to love dipping sauces.
Yeah, put the name up anyway. So, but I don't hate this or Jet Nation. I don't.
No, I think we all agree this is a quality pick. I thought they would go D-line. I really did. But he's certainly
even O-line.
Yeah, and I think if I'm a Giant fan, I'm ecstatic because whichever offensive lineman my team has signified is the best offensive lineman out there, they get to pick. So
you can get two of them right now.
You could get
5-7.
Carolina. I would be surprised if they went O-line. Like very surprised.
Even if they go O-line, you can get two of the three guys.
Sure, yeah, that's true. No, absolutely.
You're in the position the Cowboys were in when they got Martin and the center.
Mm-hmm.
It's really funny. You know who Dallas wanted to draft instead of Zach Martin? Johnny Manziel.
Yeah.
That worked well.
What a shame for the Cowboys.
Until Steven said, Daddy, no, we got to go Zach Martin.
Hey, but if things had gone differently, we might not have fan-controlled football run by Johnny Manziel.
Oh, God.
He is in there now.
Okay. Sauce has got some bling. That's what Sauce has got.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he's tailor-made for New York with that look.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's just a...
If he turns into Eli Apple, I will be so mad. I will be so mad.
Eli Apple is, of course, a legend around here.
In
a positive way, because you don't have to be good when you get to the NFL if you're in your hometown. You just have to keep playing and playing and playing. So you have a career. Eli Apple's well known around here. It's just funny that the Giant.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So I think. I cannot believe the Giants have not picked this pick as fast as they picked Barkley. Whatever offensive
the pick is in though. The Giants have it. So
all right, see, there you go.
All right. Still waiting for
Sauce. He doesn't know where to go.
Okay.
Is there nobody telling them where to go? Oh, you see these cards? Those playing cards for each team?
Yep.
Oh, those are sick. I want the Jets one.
I've not been paying that close attention. I'll have to keep my eye out for. Around the outside.
Each team has like a Jack or a King style playing card for themed for their team. That's sick.
Like the year when they did the hats.
Giants did not win a playoff game since Super Bowl 46. Daniel Jones 12-25 as a starter. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So do they protect?
Starting record was not better than Sam Darnold's too.
If they're smart, you go offensive line. You just don't worry about the defense so much. The defense's problem this year, last few years with the Giants, is the fact that defense was on the field so much they get burned out by the third and fourth quarter, and that comes from the fact that
was the Jets' problem. That was the Jets' problem.
I agree. I think. Look, the Giants are in a good spot. The GM doesn't like the quarterback, so you protect him, and if he still sucks, then you can pick up a young quarterback who's going to be protected next year. So yeah, I think the Giants. I think the Giants are in position to double down on offensive linemen. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm happy if I'm a Giant.
He loves him.
By the way, JD just posted, Sauce's already screwing up running routes. Fits right in with the Jets.
Yeah, you'll be happy with this pick.
Will I be happy with this pick? Okay.
I think so.
Yep, I'm on a delay right now. It's killing me right now.
Well,
right.
it's a young man that's coming in to read this selection, and he's trying to get everybody fired up.
Oh yeah, because they're in Vegas. They have these playing cards. That's what. Yeah. What intern is this?
I know, really.
For the New York Giants, I am going by Sam Prince, a lifelong Giants fan. It's Sam Prince. He's a lifelong Giants fan.
He looks like he's schwitzing like crazy up there.
He is. He is schwitzing.
Goodell's not comfortable right now, too. So.
He's breathing so hard, like.
Yeah. Dude, it's a hype moment for a kid like that. Maybe that was his Make-A-Wish, Hey, he's making the most of it. Give him credit on that.
Yeah, it's Make-A-Wish.
Maybe he'll announce that the Giants will do large Pepsis for their fan appreciation this year instead of mediums.
Upgrades, man.
Yeah, large Pepsi.
Special
Draft Pepsi, not even Thibodeau.
Okay. There it is.
Okay.
Oh!
Edge rusher. Not what I expected on that, but it's not as bad as it could be.
So what I said before was this guy, if he goes in the top 10, any team that didn't pick him is going to be regretting it because it means that they didn't do their full homework. I think, to me, this was the most talented guy in this draft. I think this guy's going to fit into New York. We talked about it earlier. The problem might be he's doing too many commercials. But boy,
look, here's the weird thing.
Like Baker Mayfield,
I trust for the first time in a long time. It was not the pick I was expecting to be. I figured they'd go O-line, maybe Evan Neal. But at the same time, they've got to pick two spots from now. So if they can get Neal,
you could go O-line, D-line, or D-line, O-line,
D-line, O-line, just basically, I think in this case that may be the thought process here. But no, listen, it's not bad. I mean, give Gettleman credit. Give Gettleman credit. He put the Giants in a really good position for his, next in line to basically start to rebuild this team.
Yeah, the New York Bills.
Yeah. So, dude, I don't care. I'll take it.
Get them out of my division.
They already are the New York Bills, but I digress. No, I think this guy is great. Mm-hmm. I'm excited. This is the guy I've been watching. Well, I shouldn't say excited because I'm disappointed. I'm excited for him. He's going to be thorn in the Eagles' side for, I believe, years to come.
That is true.
And I believe.
Oh, dude. God, Prince is excited as well. What?
And look, there's 3 offensive linemen. They get to choose.
I know that kid is fired up, man.
The Giants. This has worked out very well for the Giants. Now they're not going to trade back that other pick.
No, they're not.
I don't think, because now they need the offensive lineman who's going to be there. Whether Neal goes now or he doesn't, then they can get Ngannou or Cross. Yeah. All people they've been talking about all over the place. But
I don't think Carolina. I don't feel like Carolina's going to take an lineman right here.
I can't wait to see him sack Carson Wentz, and then he's out for 8 weeks.
Dude, this guy. This is
okay. All right. Someone get their son off the stage.
Let it be.
Come on, come in.
Let it be. I am unfortunately drooling over these highlights that they're showing on NFL Network. Yeah. This guy is one of the. I don't watch a lot of college football, but this is a guy I saw a lot of, and he just has look at that, the way he gets around the edge. I can't believe he was the number 1 pick.
Not the pick I was expecting it to be, but you know what? You could do a lot worse.
Who's the guy the Cowboys just let go? Defensive lineman? Gregory. Gregory was he was the guy. His only problem was he couldn't stay on the field because of his weed issues.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. Panthers, Ben McAdoofus.
Here, I'm still talking about. Can I drool over Thibodeau some more?
Yes.
But he's just a guy. I think the Giants did right. That's my opinion. I think the Giants got the best bang for the buck. I think the Giants will be very happy.
Well, like I said, I have a weird
Oddly
feeling
enough.
of actual hope in my team for the first time in many years.
And he is not the first Thibodeau to arrive in New York.
That
Tom
is true.
Thibodeau.
Right,
Hey,
too much
hey, which
excitement.
Thibodeau lasts longer, Tom or Kayvon? That's the
tough.
question.
That's
Dude,
tough.
it better be Kayvon.
Well, it depends upon what you mean by last. Last in New York is one thing, but a coach can last a long time. But Thibodeau, I think, still gets another
just
job.
in New York. Who will be in New York longer?
Ooh.
It better be Kayvon.
Well, if Thibodeau figures out how to win, he can be a 10, 15-year coach, and defensive end on 15 years
Please.
is a long time.
Please, if Tom Thibodeau is the coach of the Knicks in 10 years.
Okay. I was just trying to give Tom Thibodeau the win and the Giants having a successful pick. That's all I was
No, it is a
to
great pick. It is a great pick.
Boy, that is one excited kid right there, though.
I don't blame him. They got the most. He's an exciting kid because they got the most exciting pick. And look at, that is the guy. I said it when the Jets were up. This is the guy. Oh, I'm a this is the guy type of person now. I did not realize that. But this is a guy who's going to fit into New York. And the biggest problem might be he's on TV too much. I mean, just to react to that kid the way that kid needed to be reacted to at that point. It was just, I hope he's a good guy. I hope he's a slacker. Comments on him are overrated, and sad to say, I think the Giants did well.
Yeah, I'll take it.
They just showed on ESPN this Magic Johnson documentary that's coming out on Apple TV. Now, did you hear about like the problems that like Jerry West and the Lakers are having with this HBO Max show? Well,
that's not a documentary. Yeah, I've
heard.
No,
that's not a doc. No, but Magic's is a documentary.
Right. No, I've heard many people who know Jerry West as reporters are not happy with it. They're like, yeah, it's fiction. Can you let everyone know it's fiction? This is not who Jerry West is at all. Yada, 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 yada. I mean, even Kareem went off on the show, but I haven't watched it. And
actually, it's funny. I have yet to watch it too. I'm waiting till it's all out, and then I'll just breeze through it.
I am very picky about the shows I choose to watch because I end up wasting 3 days binging a whole season or something. So I try not to get into too many shows. Although Moonlight has me sucked in last night's episode. I don't know what you guys said yesterday was spectacular in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I don't usually watch documentaries as a general rule. I mean, I watch a few here and there, but it's usually too depressing. They're usually too depressing for my blood.
Well, some aren't depressing. Some are uplifting.
Sports one I watch. The sports one, I'm not like a real document, but like these sports ones, I'm all in.
I quite enjoyed Icarus. I thought that was a great one.
Which one was that?
So that was it's the one that ended up dealing with the Russian doping scandal. So this guy was a non-professional bike rider. He rode in this non-professional race, and he came in like 20th. And he's like, if I dope, I wonder if I can win. Is doping worth it? So he figured out how to dope, and he gets in contact with this guy who turns out to end up being the guy who was in charge of the Russian doping in the Olympics. Okay. And he got all the firsthand information, and he was doing it as the story was breaking. And it looks like the Giants will have their opportunity to get Neal because that is not who
Panthers did not go with Neal. Right.
Who did the Panthers go with?
It looks like they went with Iquanu. Yeah.
So O-line as well.
Another old lineman. One, that's
to protect Sam I am Darnold. My boy. By
the way, on my app, they've had Iquanu as the third overall ranked player, and he's been sitting here as best available for quite some time. So probably a good pick by the Panthers. It's hard for me to know who the best offensive lineman is. I'm sure I'll see some video of him in a little bit, but not the most hyped offensive lineman as Neal was, who is now available for the Giants. The Giants are sitting pretty with him, or they could grab Cross. All right, so yeah, what I'm reading here says Equan.
I would say Neal is the pick.
I would hope so.
I would go with Neal in this spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the worst idea here for the Carolina Panthers, but
no, and he's a native of he's a Charlotte native.
Yeah, went to North Carolina State, so there's a lot there.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's always nice for a team to just have their own local guys here. Ike Ekwonu.
It was like when the Jets traded Leonard Williams to the Giants. It's like the guy didn't have to change a single thing except for his apparel.
Well, remember,
I gotta look up what the Jets playing card looks like because I'm obsessed with these.
These are really good. No, I was hoping you would talk because I was busy watching the cards. I was like, oh, good, someone's talking. Yeah, these are some really cool cards. Take the stage. So this guy's is the best run blocker, they say, which is interesting. I guess they can hope to get another year out of CMC before it's all over.
So yeah, not a bad pick for Carolina in this case. I don't have an issue with this one.
Yeah,
remember last year they started 3-0. And then their roster just completely it fell apart. Defense injuries. Their last J.C. Horn looks like a great defensive player. They really got hit by injuries early last year.
Donald won his job quickly there too.
Yeah. So I think also, as much as I think the Giants are going to go ahead and get the offensive lineman, this is when, based on what I'm seeing from mock drafts, we might see the trade start. Because this is when you start to see the quarterback go. So if you have any desire to have the quarterback, you might feel like now's the time to move up. I don't think that you should do that. I hope the
Giants don't. I mean, Kenny Pickett's an option, sure, but I would say you signed Tyrod Taylor.
I don't think the Giants are taking the quarterback. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying somebody interested in a quarterback might make that move to get that quarterback, because Atlanta is a team that needs a quarterback and they pick next. So this is when things get. Although, I mean, it could be argued that Carolina needed a quarterback, and Detroit needed a quarterback. I would argue that no, the Giants kind of need a quarterback too.
Well, the Giants pick is in, but I think the Falcons are going to go with Pickett.
That would make sense.
I mean, you have to.
Yeah. I mean, you traded Matt Ryan. You got quality back for it in the process.
Yeah, I don't know if you go ahead and you get yourself a quarterback who's going to suck. Like the quarterback.
Try not to do that, generally speaking.
Right, but
that's the idea. That
is the idea. So why would you waste your first round gold on a guy isn't a first round quarterback?
Who's coming out? Who's available? Well, you want Baker Mayfield?
But why get him?
I like Baker, though.
I understand that by not getting a quarterback, you're in deep horse manure.
Guano.
But I can't justify, if I'm in my own mind, taking this quarterback here that isn't top 10 worthy, just because he's not top 10 worthy as a quarterback, and then to say we're really going to grab him now, you got to get somebody who you're going to have confidence in is going to be on the field in 4 years.
All right, you'll be happy.
All right, what do we got? All right,
it's what we thought.
And here it is, Lorenzo Neal. How are you getting it? Is ESPN giving you the name?
So it's funny. I have Bleacher Report up.
Okay.
And they're with like Adam Lefkoe, and they're getting it probably 2-3 minutes before ESPN shows it, even though they say the pick is in.
Yeah.
Can you put the link down below?
I certainly can.
The chat. Thanks. All right. So you went on the defensive side of the ball with the Giants. Let's see what happens here. Fingers crossed.
Hold on,
in showing we trust. Fingers crossed. And it is Evan Neal. Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, please. Yeah, one on the defense, one on the offense. This is exactly what the Giants need.
And I think they quote reached for Thibodeau, and in doing so made the right move because I don't think
this is smart. This is 100% smart because in this case, you address both sides of the ball here. Evan Neal is a great opportunity, for the Giants to be able to shore up, like I said, that offensive line that honestly, the Giants, I believe, led the league last year in turnovers. So a lot of that was part of the fact that just their offensive line was trash. Evan Neal can help shore that up. This is not a 1-year process. This is a 2 to 3 or 4 year process. But no, so far, Joel Schoen has been exactly what we need him to be. Okay, good for that. I feel better. But so far, I mean, all things considered, it hasn't been, there has. When is the last time it's been nothing but, defense and O-line people?
I heard the last time it was like 19. Jim Drunkenmiller was one of the.
Oh, geez.
Whatever year he was the year that they think that. So whatever pick Pittsburgh has.
Mm-hmm.
So I think pick 20, whenever Drunkenmiller was selected was the last time that a quarterback went as late as Pittsburgh because they feel if Pickett and Malik are available, Pittsburgh will be taking one of them.
Yeah. Well, Pittsburgh obviously needs one. Atlanta needs one. Carolina, I think they were fine with the way they were, but Houston needs one too. And Houston's, like I said, we got a plethora of picks. What's that?
No, I'm going through Atlanta, Seattle, Washington will in the future, very soon. Yeah, Houston, New Orleans.
New Orleans is another team.
No, they put too much money into Winston.
So did the Bucks. Well, not really. You put money in that LASIK surgery.
Shit.
Falcons, I think, have to go quarterback.
I would think so. I think you're right.
I think they're going to take Pickett.
I mean, they can go quarterback, but they can get the wide receiver and get Garrett Wilson, who's probably the best player on the board right now.
For nobody to throw it to him.
But Pickett and Malik aren't likely to be successful quarterbacks anyway, so might as well have an asset that when you get a quarterback,
but I don't think you can.
Yeah, I understand that the game is based on the quarterback, but that doesn't mean you take someone who can't play quarterback. Just so you have somebody there. Like, is he really better than whatever it is that they have sitting on the bench as a guy who's at least got NFL experience?
But to be fair, though, look at the majority of these great quarterbacks. They're not coming from major schools.
Mm-hmm.
Look, go down the list. I mean,
okay.
We could start. Okay,
Tom. By the way, for the 21-point lead going in fourth for my Sixers. Okay, they can still blow it, but go on.
They can still blow it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Stafford was the last quarterback to win a Super Bowl. By the way, number 1 overall pick. School size doesn't matter. They were able to recognize it. Mm-hmm. Tom Brady was a big miss, but he did go to a big school. He was the quarterback who won before that.
Rodgers did not go to a big school. Mahomes.
He went to Cal.
But is Cal a big football school?
It's a big school. I mean, in terms of it's a Division I.
Of power, is it a football?
It's a Division I school. Is
it Alabama, Oklahoma, Ohio State, Notre Dame? No.
But are you talking a big school or a school that's in the I don't even think where did Pickett go? He went to. Okay. So Pittsburgh. I was thinking he went to a small school, like not a small football school, a small school, like a Division 1B or whatever they call that now.
No, like Malik Willis from Liberty. That's a small school.
Right. Yes. Okay, I got them confused. Apologies.
No, you're good. It's just,
and it's also that, Tom Brady aside, many times it's the fact that they miss on the best quarterback or don't have him as a top 5 guy often does not happen.
All right, so they went wide receiver without a quarterback. Unless they're going to try and pick up a quarterback for
Drake London. Okay. All right. So I did say I was going to discuss some of these receivers from the fantasy football perspective, dynasty specifically. So Drake London, you're not going to look at for this year. Maybe if you were high on Drake London, you're feeling next year there'll be a quarterback there. And as a long-term asset, he'll be worth it, which is a conversation I was having about not taking a quarterback to begin with. But that man looks like he's about to call up.
He's like, get my agent. Look happy. Yeah. He does not look happy at this point. No, he does not.
He was like, I was supposed to fall and go to Kansas City.
Well, Falcons are in disarray right now anyway. Now he's getting a little more excited about it. That is a long walk for these gentlemen, though. Good job, Hatley.
Half of them are walking the wrong way, like nobody's guiding them.
Yeah. Well, maybe Marcus Mariota. You know what? Maybe Marcus Mariota will surprise us all.
Do you think Seattle could actually end up with a quarterback? They got the pick now.
If they do, he's going to be working against all the odds. I mean, their offensive line is terrible. They're in such this like new era of Seahawks football. They need one.
Yeah.
But
how about they go ahead and get themselves a cross to protect whatever asset they get next year? I mean, like that's I'm going to keep saying that about everybody. Why don't you get a player to protect the guy you're going to have next year? Now, the only difference is Seattle right now has such a special talent in DK Metcalf, a guy who you can just, anybody might be able to throw the ball to, that maybe they're all right.
Yeah.
London, Pitts.
I
mean,
what's Calvin Ridley's situation? He's still
no, he got suspended for gambling.
Yeah. So he's out.
Yeah. It's London and Pitts.
So all right, moving on to Seattle. Like you said, it's a new era for that team.
Yep. So the quarterback's gone. They got Scott's favorite, Geno Smith, at quarterback.
Dude, I don't hate on Geno Smith.
I'm saying, look, if you build a perfect team around Geno Smith, I'm not sure he can't, catch fire in a bottle one year when you get you out of the NFC West, get you out of the NFC, which is not going to be crazy good. You only got to probably win one shocking game against either Green Bay or Tampa Bay, right?
But you got to understand they're also playing San Francisco twice and LA twice.
You have that whole division twice.
The whole division, like Atlanta, like Arizona, that we're not really positive. We feel like, it's going to be hard. But
even as a regular season team, they'll be fine.
Yeah, maybe. I agree with you. I think that I don't care what quarterback they take, they're probably coming in third in that division. But what I am saying is, Geno Smith, maybe you catch lightning in a bottle, and he somehow gets you through.
Good luck.
But I would get the offensive lineman here. I think they need a tackle. Cross is available.
That's true.
Go grab a tackle.
Too.
What was that?
They do technically have a quarterback and Noah Fant.
Tight end.
Sorry.
Yeah, confusing me.
Noah Fant's a serviceable tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's had nobody throwing to him for years. That was in fantasy football, that was the big thing. Oh, Noah Fant finally got up. Oh, he was part of the trade. Huh, okay. Yeah, that's what everybody who was been waiting for Noah Fant to break out was like, wait, what? He's got a court? No, he doesn't.
Right. They just showed it's been out for a while, obviously Uncharted, but I still can't get over the casting of Tom Holland as Nathan Drake.
Tom Holland is a serviceable commodity right now.
I get it, but
he's
Jesus.
money. I know. But they are just basically they are milking every dollar they can out of Tom Holland right now, because you don't know how much longer he's going to be Spider-Man, and he's going to lose a lot of his appeal, I think, when he leaves Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's fair.
So Drake London, by the way, goes number 1 overall in the wide receivers. That's in this wide receiver class. That might mean something. It means a lot, honestly. But he has been falling on most fantasy boards. But the picks in for Seattle, did they? Will they get us a quarterback in the top 10? They got. Well, the Redskins. I'm still calling them that. My goodness. Well,
dude, I switched to Washington football team. I refuse to call them the Commanders.
I don't know when I'm going to get to the Commanders, because I like the football team. I liked it before when the list of names came out. I was like, I like the football team.
Yeah, I switched to calling them football team because I hate the Commanders that much. I actually did not think they could find a way to actually make the Washington football team look better to me. But somehow they did. Credit.
Hey, they're the commies. They made it happen.
The commodes.
I'm still weirdly on Arch Manning watch. I'm trying to project 4 or 5 years out who's gonna draft Arch Manning.
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
No, that seems too predictable.
First pick in the draft the next 7 seasons.
Nope, because they're gonna be like, the man's gonna be like, you pick him? No. Sorry.
It could be like Eli. He was still first pick with San Diego.
Would you be surprised? Would you be surprised if they pulled that again?
Nope, not at all.
I don't think. I think it'll happen.
Not in the least.
I think it'll happen.
If he goes to a decent team, obviously no, but
no, it'll end up like Houston or something.
Now, if he went to New England, then what's your thoughts?
Oh yeah, he goes. Oh yeah. That's not. It's not about the history of the team. It's about the way they felt about the organization.
So, all right, they're shoring up that defense.
Could you imagine if Bill Belichick drafts Arch Manning?
There you go. And bam. So, defensive lineman Charles Cross. Go for it, gentlemen.
Oh, that's a surprise.
Yeah, it's not.
Defensive. Is it an offensive? Wait. Defensive lineman or offensive lineman?
Cross is offense.
Yeah, I had a typo on that. Got it.
Okay, that's not a surprise.
You're right.
Yeah. Okay, I was like, wait, sorry.
Bombing out early here. Hold it.
Yeah, Seattle going with Cross.
That makes sense to me. I think that that's kind of on point based on who else has gone. I mean, I think the biggest shock so far to me was London being the wide receiver that Atlanta chose. I think Cross is a quality tackle. He may be the best pass blocking tackle there was in the draft. So I like that for Seattle. And I think that works out very nice for Brandon's Jets, because I think that Garrett Wilson is still sitting right there for him. They're able to shore up the defense. Now let's go Wilson to Wilson for the next 10 years.
Yeah, right. I think he's too skeptical as heck on this one.
No, I'm trying to prevent from sneezing also. Let's see. Yeah. you really need to go one of your lines here. There's no look. I am not about to draft another wide receiver in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Elijah Moore looks pretty good, but Denzel Mims, I don't think he was a first round pick, but just that's not. I'm not going wide receiver with this 10th pick.
Yep. Okay. Well, if you're not going, so you want to shore up the offensive line more. I feel like all the offensive line studs have gone. I feel like there was a lot of talk that they would take Johnson. I know early on with that first pick, he's still available.
Yeah.
So
unless they want to go like a Trevor Penning,
Mm.
who's really your only tackle that's really high rated that's left.
Yeah.
And then you have like a Kenyon Green all the way down. That's a guard. They don't need a guard. Vera Tucker looks to be pretty good.
Yeah, I kind of like this opportunity to get that last defensive end for them, the one that people thought they might take. If they don't go ahead and go flashy and get the wide receiver, I feel like
Carroll's heavy.
Carroll's heavy.
Pete Carroll's happy. They're showing him right now.
Yes, he is.
All right. Next up, Jet Nation for round number 2 for round number 1.
Yeah. Again, I'm going to go with the flashy pick for the Jets.
I don't know if I want Flash right now.
I know you. I'm not even saying you're wrong. You got that. You got the quarterback. You got to try to give him something because, like you said, Mims is not the answer. There's no tight end. The backfield's nothing to talk about. So give him something.
Their backfield. That Michael Carter is a nifty little player.
Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't say
he is not a bell cow back.
No, he's not. But
he is one of these 2-3-headed monster running backs that you have as a platoon.
And you can get
reaping the rewards of the Jamal Adams trade in this pick.
I don't know where you're getting. I'm on the link and I'm just not
seeing
it. Are you on the live stream that they're showing? What are you actually looking at?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm still watching ESPN. What? I have both. I have both.
No. So you saw who the Jets are picking already, or no?
Yeah, you already saw that? Oh,
no.
So.
No, I don't know.
JD wants
They haven't
Johnson.
showed it yet.
JD wants Johnson, yes.
Which is a shame that he can't interact with us because it means everybody else can't interact with us either.
Can you go on YouTube, bud?
So when you're watching, by the way, so when you're on Bleacher Report, you're on that little live show. Is that what you're watching? And it pops up there?
Yeah, with Lefko and Richard Sherman.
Yep. Okay, well, it is. All right. They went flashy. They went with Garrett Wilson.
Okay.
So they went flashy. Grabbed what I think was the best wide receiver in the draft. This is a tough one for fantasy folks because, I mean, in a lot of fantasy circles, he was solidly the number 2 dynasty rookie to take. But, boy, is he going to a questionable quarterback. Well, I wouldn't even say boy. It's a quarterback situation that doesn't make you feel amazing. But on the other hand, he's going to step right in over Mims, right? I mean, we've heard what Brandon was saying.
I don't even think Mims is going to be on any training day or anything like that. He's gone.
Yeah. Oh, his glasses fell off.
Taking Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, so I mean, I think this is a good pick for the Jets.
It's not a bad. Yeah, it's not a bad pick.
I'm not. I'm a trenches kind of guy, but this was an offense that was in need of a weapon as much as anything else. It's not an offense that I felt was getting crushed through on the offensive line, or I would have been fighting for that. I mean, probably can you improve the offensive lineman? Yes. They got the solid defensive player already to handle that need. I think it was good. And now
ESPN just compared, they have comparisons to all these guys. They brought in Lynn Swan.
Okay.
Lynn Swan.
If Garrett Wilson is half of Lynn Swan, then I'd be happy.
Well, I mean, they're giving it. So I'm watching on your, I think this is a good pick. I think this was the best wide receiver in the draft. They got him as the second wide receiver off the board. I think they did great. I do. I think that's just fine. I think we're about to now get into all sorts of crazy. I'm saying, crazy. I think now, like I said earlier, we might be in trade area.
Could be. Quarterback era too. I mean, when's the last time you saw quarterbacks going at this point? What, number 11 now?
What does it tell you about the perception of these quarterbacks?
100%, yeah.
I mean, nobody's even,
I got a copy of one of those.
It basically says that you or I could play quarterback as well
No.
as these guys.
No.
Put me in, coach.
You're
I got this. I can do. You got this.
Yeah.
I'll read the playbook better than Denzel Mims, at least. And I've never read a playbook in my life.
By the way, Brandon, since we have a minute, how do you feel about the New York Mets being hit by baseballs?
Since
he's at a loss for words here. I'm going to add something. After they were getting hit, the pitcher comes out and says it's the baseballs. That same day was the catcher who couldn't throw the ball in the third. Like, we are seeing fielding throwing issues as well. But I'll hand the floor back over to Brandon, who makes a much better
draft right now. Basically waiting for the Saints. Yeah,
Saints on the clock.
Saints, the Commanders already picked.
They traded. They must have. So
this is when we start thinking quarterback.
Yep.
Came up to get did they come up to get the quarterback? Or are they watching the wide receiver?
The Saints now have picks 11, 16, 19 in the first round.
Okay. So did they come up to get the quarterback, or were they watching some of these players start to fall off that they want to get one of the wide receivers? Did they want that defensive end in Johnson who keeps falling? Or did they want to break the seal on safeties and get Hamilton? Wow.
Who knows what Michael Thomas's situation is either.
That's true.
According to his uncle, he's ready to go.
Oh, okay. According to his uncle. Got it. Okay.
Oh, you don't know who his uncle is?
His uncle, Kawhi Leonard's stepdad or uncle, whoever. All these family members now.
No,
really
you don't know who his uncle is. His uncle's Keyshawn Johnson.
That's right.
Michael Thomas is no, that I know, but
okay. And he has been saying that he is ready to go on multiple times over the last 2 weeks. I've heard him say that on his morning show. So that's why I said his uncle said he's ready to go.
Okay.
Although when he was hurt and he wasn't going to come back, he kept his lips sealed. So I don't know what that means. He was like, yes, I knew, but family came before reporting, so I kept my mouth. So
family.
I don't know.
So again, I don't know. I do think that's important to add into the conversation. 18th pick and a third rounder and a fourth round. So they no longer have the 18th. All right.
So basically, New Orleans is now on the clock. I don't see them going quarterback. I think it's too early. They put too much money into Winston right there.
I agree with you, Scott. I think they're coming up for one of the wide receivers that they may want, and they don't want to let him go. The safety or Johnson, who has fallen so far, they're like, wow, that's worth giving up some capital.
Sure.
So what? Do you think they're going to go Jamison Williams or Chris Olave?
Chris Olave.
Yeah, I would love Jamison Williamson. He's the one who most excites me in this board. Olave is another great option. Both are good options. But yeah, I think they would go Jamison Williamson. He's probably the highest upside of what's left. He still has some polish to go. He wasn't a starter until last year, but boy, he's exciting. But yeah, on the other hand, I mean, they either come up because they're watching the wide receivers come on and we're at our wide receiver run, or they're just in shock that Jermaine Johnson is still available and they're coming to get him. It wouldn't be the first time they trade up for a pass rusher.
Well, the Saints pick is apparently in. So
yeah, which obviously they had to clearly want something hardcore here to make this decision.
Yeah, they seem to trade.
They were. It's almost like a panic move in some ways.
Either panic or they're just so damn sure about it.
Yeah, like it's either a panic or they're watching somebody drop and they're like, he's not going to drop anymore, and he's worth those 2 picks that were given up. Like it's hard to.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it's. That's why I agree with you. It's probably not the quarterback because I don't think you want to make a move like that for one of these quarterbacks.
They're showing the Saints draft war room. There's like 3 guys in there. Like who's there?
The draft war locker.
There was like 3 guys there sitting on the computer. Like, you're telling me these 3 guys are in charge of the Saints draft?
Well, maybe the Saints are like, it works so well, at a distance, we don't all need to be in the same room. They're like one of the companies like, hey, we don't all need to be in Vegas.
No, not in Vegas. I think if they're all from their team facilities. Oh, when they showed Carolina, they had like 6 rows. Every coach.
I know. There. That's what I'm saying. They may have just been like, it's not worth the effort. We can all use phones now.
Chris Olave.
All right. There it is. The Saints are taking Ohio State wide receiver Chris Olave.
Back to back on this one.
2, back-to-back Ohio State receivers.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, he's a real burner, but he's he can be knocked down. He doesn't. A lot of the talk on him is he avoids the contact a little more than maybe he needs to.
What is happening? Tony Gonzalez and who?
Why would Tony Gonzalez be reading this pick?
And why would a guy in a Chargers gear with bolt up? Like, what is going on? We have a Chargers fan.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
so that's
Amazon.
Is that Austin Eckler? What do the Chargers and the Chiefs have to do with the Saints? Roger,
they must be the opening game on Amazon.
Please tell me.
Oh.
The opening game on Amazon.
Yep, there it is. You're dead right.
Oh, so they need to come on stage for that.
Of course, because Amazon paid big bucks for this.
Yeah, absolutely. So who's air guitaring? I don't know.
Thanks, Papa Bezos.
So in this case here, with this game on Amazon, does that mean it's not even going to be showing up on regular broadcast then? It's a gutsy move for the NFL. Not crazy, not a smart move, I don't think, but a gutsy one.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I hate this.
I don't know. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Would you buy Amazon Prime just for a Thursday night football game?
Who buys Amazon Prime? Everybody steals it from everybody else. And trust me, I don't believe Amazon cares because everybody that actually, when you share the password amongst 12 people, what do they do with it? They buy shit from Amazon.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. I know people that do that, and the actual physical account has like 19 different addresses. But Amazon's like, you know what? We're still sending the deliveries out and making money anyway.
By the way, that was
week 2. Week 2 Thursday night football, Chargers Chiefs. Great. Like, okay.
That was a big part
exclusively
of the
on Prime. Great. So there goes my Thursday night.
Is that Netflix is the only one of the streaming giants who doesn't have other values.
And that's the part that drives me crazy about that, is the fact that they had the opportunity to corner a market here, but opted not to. No.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for Netflix to open their own movie theaters.
Well, here's the thing about Netflix, though. Netflix has started, like, I think, doing gaming and things like that, but I'm not sure if it's going to be too little too late. I mean, Hulu, all the other ones have, I mean, Amazon's got, Amazon shipping and all this stuff, Whole Foods and all that. Hulu has weird stuff. So Sunday morning, I'll find myself watching cricket on Hulu. A live match from somewhere over in Asia. And
we have a trade.
And you can get college stuff. You can get all this kind of stuff. Netflix doesn't have that.
Wait, I have a trade. Detroit sending number 32, 34, and 66 to the Vikings for the number 12 and 46th pick.
So Detroit's getting the next one.
So Detroit should be picking right now.
Okay.
Detroit is on the clock on my feed as well. They just moved into 32 on my feed as well. So Detroit
Vikings trade the pick to the Lions.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, right now on mine, Chris Olave is just start walking out now.
I got. Yeah, I feel like you're under stimulated here, Scott. That's what I feel. Scott, you only got one screen. You're not throwing enough stuff at yourself.
No. I got the Bleacher Report here, but I'm talking over here on TV.
Oh yeah, yeah. On TV, Olave hasn't even shaken a hand yet. Boom, there it is. Meanwhile,
that's because they're too busy talking about Amazon and week 2 between the Chiefs and the Chargers.
Hey. Don't you get that for free? Can't you watch that in the truck?
That's not the point, though.
It's the point that
I'm a man of the people, and I know the people are going to be bad at this.
I'm a man of the people.
I know what the people want.
It's a 78.
I know what the people want.
All right.
Doing my politician thumb.
Jameson Williams, by the way.
Oh, wow. The wide receiver run is on.
Yeah, it's on hardcore right now, yes.
The thing is, the way the wide receiver market just went kaplooey this offseason, they all want these wide receivers, and they want to be able to lock them in for 5 years.
Hey, go back to last year's draft with Waddle and Smith, and these guys drafted high up.
Yeah. I mean, this leaves us like Pickens and Dotson, and even Sky Moore might get first round thing. So now Jameson Williams, the guy who I had the highest excitement and upside for, lands and is hoping would fall to Kansas City or possibly Green Bay, is now in Detroit with
Jared Goff.
Intent to be the next Megatron?
Definitely. This guy is definitely going to be the next Megatron. I feel like
that's what they said about DK Metcalf.
No, the difference is this guy is on Detroit, where he is going to be a great player and suffer humiliation for a decade and a half and quit in his prime. That is what Jameis Williamson is about to do.
Kenny Pickett looking pretty restless.
Not sure if I'm a big fan of Kurt Warner with the goatee. I don't think it works.
Yeah, I saw that on him earlier today too. It's a little much.
Welcome to Primetime, delivered by Pizza Hut. Product placement.
It always is. Yeah, so this is like we are so ahead of the actual draft now, right? Because the pick is in for Detroit. We're talking about Williamson. The TV's still interviewing.
Olave,
yeah.
Wow, yeah. Sure, Twitter's probably lighting up on that too.
Williamson is crisp. He's fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like Williamson. But okay, so we got Wilson goes to the Jet. So Treylon Burks is still out there. That might mean that's a little something he's still falling. London, he went. Williamson went. Olave went. George Pickens, he's still available. He's the guy with the most baggage. So if he falls out deep, if you're watching fantasy, if he does not get taken up somewhere in this run, top 2 rounds, George Pickens slips, the way they're throwing out things at wide receivers right now, stay away from him in your fantasy dynasty drafts. Like you needed me to tell you that. But if you didn't need me to tell you that, I told you that, now you know.
There you go. All right. So closing in on the halfway point, too, believe it or not.
Yeah. I mean, Detroit's pick is in.
Mm-hmm.
And I've lost track of who comes next. And maybe if I turn this app.
Oh, yeah. Houston comes next.
Okay.
Although, actually, a trade might have happened, actually. It says Philadelphia, the Eagles.
Eagles trade 13 for the 15th, 124th, 162nd, and 166th pick.
Because the wide receivers were slipping away.
Wow.
That I guess they're going Treylon Burks, and we are going
Dotson.
Or Dotson. Eagles, Texans trade.
Fascinating stuff.
Yeah, it is. Well, there was talk they would go for Kyle Hamilton. So maybe they want him. I don't know. I feel like the Eagles got what's we looking for here? Shanghai beaten to the punch again. Hosed.
Works for me.
But so now we're moving up, and it's probably too little, too late, as the guys who I was most interested in have gone off the board. I kind of like Sky Moore a little. I mean, there's still good wide receivers available. Guys who are these are guys who are going to be useful on the team. I was hoping for somebody to really pair with Devonta Smith to be a bigger threat versus now a guy who's probably going to be a clear number 2. But, you can't get everything you want here in the Eagles Nation. Hopefully we'll just get a wide receiver who's better than Jalen Reagor. If they're going wide receiver, maybe.
Aguilar.
Please, can we stop saying that name?
He's the greatest receiver in Eagles history.
Yeah, no, that would be Chris Carter. He just catches touchdowns.
All right.
Ludicrous speed.
Yeah, that movie's what, 35 years old this year?
Yes, I think so. I saw it in the theater during the pandemic.
Okay.
It was good.
The
I knew every
1987
line.
pandemic? What's that?
No, I went. You rent the whole theater, bring anyone you want in, type thing.
I remember that. Yeah.
So
because theaters, obviously nobody's going in, so $100 and you get like everybody you want in there.
Yeah, and so I went with my kid and his friends, and I sat there quoting the entire movie, and they ran around and just goofed off because they hadn't seen each other in 6-8 months, whatever it was. So
and meanwhile, you're sitting there, it's like, okay, funny moment coming. Shit, they missed it.
No,
I know who they're taking.
Yeah.
No, they're taking, or you've seen who they're taking?
No, I know. Yeah, I know who they're taking.
Oh, okay. Well, let us in on it.
Jordan Davis.
I was going to say, I got Jordan Davis here, yeah.
Okay.
Per my sources.
Defensive lineman from Georgia, which, had a fantastic defense. Definitely had to replace some of what was going on with that defensive line, interior defensive line to be precise. Yep. But it wasn't necessarily one of their top needs, but definitely one of the best players left on the board. So, good pick, I guess.
You approve in this case?
I do approve. I don't approve of the trade to get him. And Kelsey looks fired up. I like to see he is fired up. I don't know if he's fired up in a good way or a bad way, but he's fired up.
I think in a good way.
Okay.
But is he Sam Prince fired up? That's the question.
Yeah, he is. He's a grown-ass man. But he gets fired up if you remember the anything from the parade.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Oh, okay. Well, on his best play of his college career, he looked damn good.
I'm going to step out for 2 minutes, and I will be
All
right
back.
Then.
So
wonderful. If you could get me a cup of coffee while you're out.
Sure, right? Oh man. I kind of wish I actually had loaded up on coffee myself here.
Yeah, I was debating it and chose not to because I don't know how I'm gonna get to sleep if I did.
Yeah.
I have.
I don't
But
have to be anywhere tomorrow till like 3:30 in the afternoon, so it's not that bad.
oh no, I do not. I cannot tell you that I have an 8 a.m. Meeting, an 8:30 meeting, and a 10 o'clock meeting. Then I can go back to bed. But at that point, then I'm awakened. By the way, I got plenty of work to do. Oof.
Yeah, I know that feeling. So
this guy's a hitter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching.
Yeah, I don't think you guys are going to beat that bad with Davis.
No, this guy's going to beat the snot out of Ezekiel Elliott.
I was going to say Daniel Jones.
No, I don't think he's. No, I think he's a run stopper. I think he's going to clog up the middle. I think, he's getting lots of good grades on a lot of different places we're watching. I think, I was talking about how when the Saints made the first move, that they were going to go up and get one of these guys who had fallen. I thought it was going to be Jermaine Johnson. But, that is what the Eagles did. They watched as their opportunity for a wide receiver slipped, and they got a better defensive lineman than they had been sort of, predicted to get. So that's fine. I think they got a player. Anyone from this Georgia defense, you get the sense it's like from anything you heard about college football, you were getting a stud, and it's going to be, I think, a strong pick for the Eagles. Time tells. Not can't be positive. We got and anytime you can beat out the get ahead of Baltimore and take a defensive lineman, it makes up for the
Baltimore actually been picking the draft too. So
yeah.
Actually, I'll change that.
Yep.
So bugger off.
It is amazing how behind.
Oh my God! Yeah.
The telecast is to these guys who are streaming.
Oh yeah.
And they seem to be getting their information from Twitter. So like, okay, wait.
Probably, yeah, because probably somebody's sitting there just hitting latest and refreshing every time.
Yeah. So it is quite. ESPN is going to be threatened now. As is the NFL's own NFL Network. When you got this show here on Bleacher Report, that you don't need the glitz, and it looks like it's been just as good without the glitz. As have we, because we are taking this and we have been beating your telecast. So I hope you're listening to us, enjoying us, and knowing we're faster and quicker and getting you the information
that way. Yes,
faster than the big networks. Hip hip hooray for us! We've got sources.
Exactly. Thank you, Brandon, wherever you are right now.
Yeah. Well, I think we know where he is right now, and we don't want to join him there.
Actually, I don't know where he is, and I don't want to find out. So.
Okay.
But
that's fair.
All right. Like I said, I'm still waiting to find out when a quarterback's going to be. I figured it'd be around 15, but now here we are. We're at 14. It's not going to be the Ravens, but you know what? Houston, I can see it. I can see him going after like Kenny Pickett.
Holy cow. All right. It's been a good 5 minutes for Philadelphia.
What happened now?
132-92. Made it out of the first round. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Let's just get all eagled up here. I mean, it is all right. Jordan Davis at 13 comes in for the Eagles. And it's just excitement at its best here. Yeah. And sweet relief winning, getting that choke off the back of the 76ers. I think we'll be seeing, there he is.
Oh, he changed his outfit too.
Yeah, it was getting hot. I had to take my sweatshirt off. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I heard,
He missed mine.
I heard you. I heard every word.
Okay. All right.
No, we have incredible sources, and we are quick as lightning over here.
Quick as a whip. Quick as a whip.
Yeah, we are.
Kyle Hamilton
Yep.
to Baltimore.
To Baltimore.
Now that is a guy who fell a long way, Kyle Hamilton, for sure.
But you know what? That's a great pick, I think, for Baltimore and for him too.
Oh yeah, I mean, this was a guy who, I think Kyle Hamilton, well above, picked well later than he should have been.
Sure.
You gotta like him falling down to you if you are a fan of the Ravens, a team that has had some well-established safeties in their days. So Kyle Hamilton from Notre Dame is here to make a difference if you're in Baltimore.
As NFL Network is just showing Jordan Davis walk out.
Yeah, I've actually turned that off now, realizing that is not going to give me what I need.
100% no, but I don't know. I'm leaving it on anyway because it does have some decent stats, but it's a team or two back.
Yeah.
Well, respect to what Jordan Davis is wearing. I like that. Got a good look. I sure as shit couldn't pull it off. But all right, so through 14 on to number 15. Right now.
Well, technically 16. We're ahead. You know that.
Yeah, but no.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Baltimore's 14.
Yeah, right. You're right. Forget what I said.
Yeah.
We are so far ahead. We can't keep up with ourselves.
I'm so far ahead that I think we're too far ahead.
You're already in the third round. What the hell?
I'm getting way ahead of myself here.
You've already seen your team get eliminated from the playoffs.
Oh!
Hey, you saw mine too, but it took a week longer.
Hey, as I sit here today, I have two teams in first place. Okay.
Nets?
And the Heat.
Okay, okay.
With it's Obie as our paths are about to cross in this series.
Yeah, he was.
We are about to cross. Yes.
Ooh. All right. You know what? Let me see how my Devils are doing. I need to be depressed again.
Have you scored any more points since 2013?
It doesn't show.
No.
God, it's a bad team, man.
And I remember you sent us that picture like months ago at this point, and it had the Kraken and the Golden Knights, and you can't even include them.
Yeah, no.
So, I mean, you're like in Buffalo Sabres territory.
Oh yeah, this is a mess of a team. You know, and I remember what it was like 20 years ago when every single, it was April was when the regular season started, and they lost 6-6. Oh my God, 6-3. Fuck. Well, good money spent on Dougie Hamilton and PK Subban and the rest of them.
As we have playoffs starting soon. They started already. No,
they haven't started.
No, because what was it? Montreal clinched, and they still don't know who they're playing yet. Yeah. As of yesterday, I think it was.
But here's the thing: as a Devils fan, you're always in the Rangers' shadow, and the Rangers are a strong team that are back in the playoffs and have potential to go at least semi-decent into the playoffs. So my team is basically like, we're here too, and Rangers are like, yeah, we don't care.
We don't care.
We don't. Yeah.
Whatever.
Real tough to be a fan of that team. That's a team I can't change. I can't change my loyalty to.
Yeah. How are you feeling over there in Yankee Nation?
Yeah, they won today.
How are you feeling over there at the firm? I'm going to start calling.
Well, I dare say, the team had quite a good showing today. Scored 10 runs straight on through. It was bloody good, sir. Great hit by Stanton there. The whole crowd was quite ablaze. Raw.
Raw.
I will never not go to Yankee Stadium to a Yankee game without feeling like I'm going to a business meeting that has a baseball game.
I know.
I can't shake it.
And listen, and here's the weird thing about it, and you'll like this. At this point, I've seen NYCFC at Yankee Stadium and Citi Field. Citi Field.
Yeah, how was that? How was? Okay, obviously we were talking about the food.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, forgetting that part for a second. As a fan, Citi Field was better. As a press guy, Yankee Stadium was better because where they placed us and everything like that. But the funny thing about it is that there was better energy from Citi Field. And one of the defenders was asked later on, it's like, what's it like? It's like, you feel a lot closer to the fans. It's like it's a great experience. I'm looking forward to coming back, because again, it was just, like I said, it had a good vibe. It had a good energy, I mean, it's a decent turnout, 16, 17,000, whatever the number was. But no, I mean, they're going to be back there, I think, in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it is. No, I think, like I said, it was a good experience. And the players liked it. The fans liked it because Citi Field just has that better vibe.
I love Citi Field.
Speaking for myself, they had us park in the G-Lock right next to, the first base side arena. With Yankee Stadium, I have to park in a garage and basically go down a couple of flights and then hoof around. So, by the way, Kenyon Green to Houston.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Kenyon Green.
Yeah, offensive lineman Kenyon.
I don't know him.
So they can protect nobody. That's good.
I was gonna say, yeah, I would have figured this was the spot where they actually got somebody quarterback went.
Unless there's a major trade, it's going to be 20 with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
That is what everyone has been saying. There's no need to move up. Just nobody. I mean, why are you going to use?
I don't know. I don't. Yeah. You got a lineman that's not bad, but again, there's nobody there. Like I said, this was the spot where you started picking a quarterback. Unless basically they're thinking a long-term game plan and get like a day 2 quarterback, or just sign maybe Baker Mayfield.
I think if you're an NFL team right now, you're like, I have a bet. I'll go after Mayfield. I mean, the rumor is that they're waiting for Mayfield to get cut because keeping $18 million on the books is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to sign him.
But the question is now, if you're in Pittsburgh, is Baker at this point in time a better starting week 1 option than any of these quarterbacks coming into this draft? Yes.
Yes.
The answer is yes.
The answer is
yes.
And also, he has experience playing against the AFC.
He just has experience in the NFL, and he's got a playoff win.
He also needs a team that has a good offensive line. Cleveland had a great offensive line these last few years. Pittsburgh has a good offensive line. If he were to go to Seattle, which we talked about,
just traded
Seattle has a bottom 3.
Marquise Brown to Arizona.
Wait, say this again?
The Ravens traded wide receiver Marquise Brown.
Hollywood.
To Arizona.
Phoenix Brown.
Yeah.
Another weapon for Kyler. They just went into his option. Arizona seems to be going, all in again.
Well, they have to. I mean, right? I mean, they're trying to. Yeah.
Yeah, but picking up the option though, going all in before you have to sign him again.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So this might be the pivotal year for Kyler, because
I think it
will be.
I think it is.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. By the way, I just want to point one thing out. We'll close up Baker here. If Baker Mayfield goes to Pittsburgh, that's like an hour from where he was in Cleveland anyway.
2, but yeah. I've done Pittsburgh to Cleveland on multiple occasions.
Okay. But the point is, it's really not that far.
Right. It is not far.
Yeah, different. But
I like Baker in Pittsburgh more than any other team.
It's not a bad choice. Again, I can still see him possibly.
I mean, aren't the Steelers built like the Browns and vice versa? Running game,
I would say stronger.
O-line, great defense. You have some receivers.
And OBJ still
better than Mason Rudolph. Yeah.
OBJ still have a job because OBJ's knee hasn't healed yet.
Yeah.
And the reports on OBJ is the first surgery was not good. By reblowing the knee, they were able to go in, redo the surgery, and it's healed much better. And they expect that he's going to be. They say this is going to be just fine now.
Mm.
And so we'll see what that means.
The Commanders are selecting Jahan Dotson from Penn State.
Oh yeah, see it. Wide receiver Jahan Dotson.
Dotson's a nice receiver.
Yeah, you can do worse than that, I think.
Yes.
That was quick too. Damn.
I think Dotson, if he could be Chris Godwin for the Bucks, I think he would be a slam dunk pick. We'll see who they. I still have Goodell.
Yeah.
With the with the Texans pick.
They're still talking about the Texans. I have a tinfoil hat theory about that too. The longer that runs, the more ad revenue you can pull up. So the slower it goes, maybe you can sneak an extra couple plugs in there too.
The longer what goes?
The NFL Network and ESPN.
That's all this is.
Yeah, but I'm saying in this case, because they're deliberately slowing down the process and the feed that side at like 97, 98, 99%. Just that way they can start getting a couple more Pizza Hut ads in there or Amazon, and make a couple of extra bucks.
Think of it. Even with the clocks and teams using them to their full or half extent, the first round would be over by now.
Oh,
had they just really just.
But you're milking for ratings, yeah.
Oh my God, they are milking this cow till she's bone dry.
Yeah.
But so here's the thing. You say that, but I have other companies, other places, apps open, and they are not updating as fast as we're getting from the place we're getting it from. We'll keep it on the DL.
Our sources. Our
sources. So it's just kind of weird that it's that far behind everywhere else, and it's not like we've turned out to be we've been wrong. I mean, it's just it. Now I do have one app that has.
Well, of course, we're not wrong.
I have one app that is picking things up sometimes a second before Bleacher and sometimes 2 or 3 seconds after. But yeah, it is. Jahan Dotson, look at him move.
By the way, we do have to talk. Check your availability for Saturday, because we got Mike Houston from Orange is the New Black coming on at 1:00 to talk Denver Broncos. So, how this works in the draft, we're going to talk about that too.
Oh, okay. Well, I am not available on Saturday.
Okay.
I will be on for both.
Okay, for 10 and 1. Okay, perfect. So.
I have a poker game to go to.
All right, well, really, you're blowing off a cast member from Orange is the New Black for poker.
Honestly, yeah, seriously, like.
Yeah,
really?
and we think, and you say you take this seriously. No, it's okay. As long as I had one in this case, and that's fine. Mike, Brandon, Mike Houston. You've never met him before, right?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Very chill guy.
Plus, we know what happened. My interview with Mike Ventola.
I remember that.
My infamous crap out. But I watched from the sidelines like a proud
That's
father.
right, yeah. No, it's all right. Well, like I said, as far as like Jared Robeson goes, he was the former host of Sports Den, but he had to go full-time with CBS, and CBS keeps giving him like Emmy Awards. So I'm like, get the fuck out and go.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, he's like, I can be a guest every now and again, but I can't be like a full-time host. And I'm like, you shouldn't be. He's 33 years old. He's got 3 friggin' Emmys with CBS Sports.
You guys see that commercial, that Ghostbusters commercial with Poppy, A-Rod, Griffey, and Randy Johnson?
No, and I have a feeling I'm glad I haven't.
I've seen it. Like I visually go, oh, and then I'm skipping, so I don't know what
I try to avoid commercials as a rule.
Yeah, right. Well, during the fast forward and skipping process, I've seen it, but I've not paid any attention.
What do we got in this one? And it's a good name. I mean, you got, like I said, A-Rod and Junior Griffey.
The GOAT, in my opinion, the GOAT.
Dude, that swing. Ken Griffey Jr. is one of those players that you sort of take them for granted while they play, and you miss them desperately as soon as they're gone.
Ken
I don't know
Griffey
that I took him
Jr.
for granted, but okay.
Ken Griffey Jr., I will go die on the hill that if it weren't for injuries, he'd be the all-time home run leader.
I think so. I say basically take for granted because you're just used to seeing him play the field. You're used to seeing him swing. You're used to seeing him in the highlights. That the magic that was Ken Griffey Jr. goes out the window when he's there every single day.
No, but it's also the fact that in baseball, to see a talent that young, like a LeBron, like a basketball talent that from early on, like that he is going to be the real deal.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he and his father hit back-to-back home runs once too.
Yes.
I have this personal like bucket list goal of mine that I am trying to Guinness World Record build the biggest Ken Griffey Jr. baseball card collection.
Okay.
That is my lifelong dream and
Dude,
goal.
We know a guy who's trying to build the world's largest collection of Burger King Xbox games.
Oh,
he's got like 3,000 of them.
I actually, it's really funny. I came across a TikTok the other day of that, and like it's like scary impressive.
It wasn't Leroy Patterson, was it?
I know. I don't remember. I just know that I just remember the video, nothing.
Yeah, he's AEW wrestler Leroy Patterson, and he just has like thousands of them. And he's married too. It's like, how's your wife with this? He's like, okay, yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna pull it up, or try and find it just for.
Well, Davion's got like 100.
Because I didn't watch it thinking of that.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm gonna go back and let's type in Burger King Xbox game.
Zion Johnson, by the way, goes to the Chargers.
So now there's this. Let's see if this actually happens. There's talk that the Eagles, the Eagles might be trading away this pick coming on the clock, getting AJ Brown.
I believe
it. Okay.
And giving the Titans the pick.
Interesting.
The Eagles get AJ Brown. Big day. I mean, that's huge. That is a established great wide receiver.
I believe it is, actually. I'm going to pull it up. Isn't that him?
Yes, that's Leroy. Yeah, we've had him on the show before.
Yeah, I came across just on my For You page. And I didn't. It's funny because I wasn't thinking with that in mind.
He was the first, for our basically chatting with awesome people. He was literally the first one we ever had.
So that story, it's making waves. People are caring about this.
Kotaku and everything like that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Listen. Let me talk to him again. If you want to chat with him, we'll make it happen.
Sure.
We were both on America's Got Talent together, so we know each other pretty well. So he went. He got better. He did better than I did. He got past the first round. But yeah, no, I would love to have him back.
To get back to what we're here for, I think these offensive linemen that are being picked now is kind of surprising. These are not the names of the guys. I'm not talking just like, oh wow, I've heard of him. He's just no, I have not heard speak or talk of these particular offensive linemen, and it's my as first rounders. So I wonder what's wrong with Johnson, the guy who people were talking about possibly going to the Jets early. I don't know what's up with that guy. Maybe something's up. We'll find out. And I'm hoping that this Eagle trade is not just flashes on my screen that turn out to be false, because I'd love to have AJ Brown and let the Titans pick whoever they want.
The showing Zion.
And I might have to put the volume up for Kelsey to hear what he says if that trade goes through.
You see how happy though Zion Johnson's mom is right now. You got to love the moment.
Oh yeah,
that was my favorite part of the COVID draft when they had everyone virtual, and everybody was home, and
Oh,
you'd
yeah.
see everybody's reactions. Yeah, that was some
That
good
was
stuff.
real. Yeah.
I don't know if
And
you've
that's
noticed.
why I think that's why some of these guys are now more of these guys are going to stay home over time because I think it is that's a better reaction than hugging some guy you don't know.
Sure. Because every player wants to hug Roger Goodell.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh yeah, okay, here it is. It's coming across.
That's what I'm saying, man. Bro hug or not, it's still a hug with Goodell. That's a long hug too.
Yes.
Let's see. The Titans are trading.
Tennessee
A.J. Brown.
Titans are on the clock officially. The Eagles have A.J. Brown. Winner, chicken dinner. Woo!
Congratulations.
Bam!
As a
Good
Giants
day,
fan, fuck you.
Philadelphia.
That is big.
That is a huge move.
That is big.
So,
all right. Guess they're gonna have to send some money his way.
yeah.
And find someone to throw him the ball. But hey, we can do this, Jalen Hurts. Ugh, my back.
Did you just hurt your back actually celebrating?
No, I did not. I said Jalen Hurts. Oh, my back.
I see. Aha.
I got these names for people. Jalen Hurts was talking Batman with somebody the other day. I was like, a vampire boy's playing Batman. Because I can't remember people's names.
Robert Pattinson. He's Robert Pattinson.
No, it's vampire boy.
It's Pattinson.
Hey, no, it's Cedric Diggory.
Hey, he's coming back for 2. That's you're officially you're Pattinson now.
Yeah.
No, he's still vampire boy. Of course, there's always that great. There's always the great Magic movie with Wolverine and Batman. That's a fantastic one. The Prestige.
Okay.
Yeah, it stars Wolverine and Batman. A movie about magic with Wolverine and Batman.
And when Disney buys DC, and then we have the MCDCU.
No, Elon Musk is going to buy DC. Didn't you hear?
Oh God. Well, no, I'm waiting for Marvel to do it because that way they're going to have a Batman, Marvel, X-Men, Superman, Green Lantern crossover. For MCDU Phase 6. Just skip Phase 5.
But wouldn't Warner Brothers have issues with Batman like the way Sony like with Spider-Man? How they're owned by both. So
No, that's why he's saying the purchase is happening.
Yeah, because Disney
I'll just completely take it over. Yeah.
Well.
So did we catch while we were talking? Did we catch who the Titans were picking? We celebrated the Eagles getting.
You celebrated.
We as a group.
Here, wait a second.
Yeah. So we celebrated the Eagles.
Titans take Treylon Burks, by the way.
So can you guys hear my computer audio or you just hear me?
I just hear you.
Oh, beautiful. And they take Treylon Burks over in Tennessee to replace.
So, all right, that makes 18.
I don't like I'm not high on Treylon Burks, but a lot of people think he is the number 2 dynasty wide receiver. He's going to an offense that's proven it can use wide receivers with a slightly better than average quarterback, So I think for dynasty purposes, Treylon landed in a pretty good place.
And that can supplement a little bit what Derrick Henry's going to be able to bring to the table too.
Yes.
So no, I don't hate this move in general. And you expect that Henry's going to have a bounce back year as well, and to a degree, I think Tannehill can be better too.
He better have a bounce back year because as good as Treylon Burks is going to be as a rookie, he's not going to be as good as A.J. Brown was.
That's true.
So it's a lot of Derrick Henry.
In this case. So. Well, good for you. So far, actually, I think all things considered, all 3 of us have had a decent draft for our respective teams here.
I do agree. I I think Brandon's the least happy because he was not excited about Garrett Williamson. No,
I
Wilson.
was more well. It's not that
You
I'm
were
not
looking for
excited.
more-
It's just not that it was not the way I thought they should go.
Right, I understand.
It's not that-
I
it
But if
wasn't
understand.
bad,
hey,
though. It still wasn't bad.
but if I would love to be proven wrong.
Of course.
So that's the beauty of it. So
Yeah. But I think, yeah, as far as my Giant Nation goes, I think Joe Schoen has been able to show that he can build this team. And I think he did. I think, honestly, I hardly dole this out, but I think he absolutely gets an A, even A+, because he addressed both sides of the ball. You know, he had the 5 and the 7. He didn't trade him, you know, and he's got, I think, with 32, I think is the second round. 32 or 33. 33. Okay, sorry. Yeah, sorry, 33. So there's a lot that, like I said, he still has potential to do with a solid day 2 guy.
I think because of how excited I think I was about Thibodeau, from what I saw Thibodeau do on the field, I thought I was like, oh, I know I'm not very good at predicting who's going to be good and who's not. But I thought he was the guy who should go 1 overall. So for the Giants, I thought getting him was fantastic. And then getting the guy who I still think was the best offensive lineman, even though not the top offensive lineman, again, based on what I've said, what I've read and heard, and we know I'm often wrong. Anyway, they got what they wanted. Where I think if they'd taken the offensive lineman first, I don't believe Thibodeau would have been there. And yeah, they may have gotten the better offensive lineman if you believe that Neal wasn't the best, but they would not have gotten a guy of Thibodeau's quality. So I think it was a great draft for your Giants.
So
yeah, I'm surprised Thibodeau fell that low.
Mm-hmm.
If he wasn't going to be number 1, I thought he'd still be at least top 3.
By the way, the Eagles have also agreed to a 4-year, $100 million extension with A.J. Brown.
So I think that's good because
that locks him in long term very much.
That locks him in long term at the current rate of wide receivers, and with the $30 million that you got added onto the cap this year, and then the $30 million you're going to get next year, and whatever gambling revenue continues to bring in as more and more states legalize gambling. I think the teams that are reacting badly to the wide receiver deals are the ones making the mistakes. Get the wide receiver deal, lock that wide receiver up. The one team that I wouldn't disagree with was the Cowboys because they had CeeDee Lamb already. So they had their number 1 wide receiver. You can't pay 2 guys number 1 wide receiver money.
Yeah. After the next pick, I'm going to pop out myself for a minute.
Okay.
But yeah, here we are, number 19 at this point.
Number 19,
Saints on the
board. And now is the first time I would say, hey, maybe we're going to get a quarterback off the board.
Well, I would say, again, New Orleans would surprise me. Pittsburgh would shock me if they didn't.
Yeah.
You know,
That's why I think if you're Pittsburgh, you sat here at 20, you're like, this is the perfect time to throw away a pick on a potential quarterback. It could not have worked out better for us.
Here's what's coming up here. With forgetting trades for a sec. New Orleans, Pittsburgh, New England, Green Bay, Baltimore, Dallas, Buffalo, Tennessee, Tampa, Green Bay, 2 Kansas Cities, Cincinnati, and Minnesota. None of those teams really need a quarterback right now.
Maybe Minnesota.
Minnesota. Yeah, back to that.
Minnesota, because I think Kirk's deal is his final year on the deal, or
I think it's his final year on the deal. But yeah, okay, I forgot about Minnesota. But in this case here, that's only 2 teams that really need one. I think that's weird.
You guys seem to be more sold on the Saints being sold on Jameis Winston more than I am.
Dude, they paid bank to him on that.
I know.
They looked good with him before he got hurt.
New Orleans.
The flip side is that they don't have is a coach that made them look good.
Okay, that's also the problem.
Yeah, and that's obviously it's a new generation over there too. But
all right,
with almost Miami head coach Sean Payton.
So the pick is in, so we'll expect to see this soon.
Yep, waiting any second right now. So, all right. Anyway, hope you guys are doing well out there. Don't want the dead silence. So I got to come up with something here.
No, I was going to say, I heard that you Eagles are bringing back the Kelly Greens this upcoming season.
Hope so.
Yes, they're definitely bringing back the Kelly Greens for some games. Probably be like the throwback jersey game, whenever that turns out to be.
Yeah.
Very excited. Yeah, no.
But I do think that the Eagles. The interesting thing is the Eagles now they went from Jalen Hurts is on a trial and we're going to get rid of him to we're trying to win now with the AJ Brown.
Trevor AJ Brown deal, sure.
Saints Trevor Penning.
Oh yeah, all right.
So they're taking Trevor Penning. Okay.
So beefing up that line. So yeah, they if they're going to be checked into Hotel Jameis for the next few years.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
a little more.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing about this is this was the guy that this was one of the guys who was the higher rated lineman who the other guys didn't pick when they came up to grab linemen. So I think that was a great fit. Scott's going to be leaving us, which we'll be okay because we can work without Scott. But now comes the real question: is Pittsburgh's on the board? Do you see them taking the quarterback? Are they going to pull the trigger? And which one are they going to grab if they're going to pull the trigger? Because this is when we're finally ready to talk about quarterbacks.
They can bring in the local boy in Kenny Pickett from Pittsburgh, who I've heard it's a possibility. I would be surprised if Willis went before Pickett at all, regardless of position in whichever round. Pittsburgh to go into any form of preseason with Mason Rudolph as the best quarterback that you have on the roster, I think you are going into any preseason training camp behind the 8 ball, and I think they need to make a move.
So I think that if you're one of these teams, if you are Pittsburgh and you're going to grab a quarterback, you have 2 NFL quarterbacks on your team in Mitch Trubisky and Mason Rudolph. And I do mean NFL quarterbacks.
Oh, I forgot they had Mitch Trubisky.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you can take Malik and say, all right, let's roll the dice again that we're going to get somebody who can sit on the bench in the old school Obie and Scott living era and let him sit for a year behind these 2 guys as quarterback number 3. And if he proves himself during the beginning of the year, great, start him. Otherwise, in 2 years, you have a quarterback, maybe. But boy, I don't think I would do it. I don't know. I think I would go ahead and get Jimmy Johnson, who's falling. I think there's a few of the wide receivers still left. I got to check my board here. But I don't think the talk has been they're going to take the quarterback. But boy, George Pickens is available still. Sky Moore, so many people haven't talked about yet, is available. I think Christian Watson went already. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't have a full draft board. But those are the wide receivers who are still kind of in my brain of available guys. And then there's plenty of dudes whose names I don't know who are going to be linebackers. I mean, the best linebacker, whoever he is, hasn't been taken off the board yet. And Pittsburgh and linebackers. So it's tough. I don't like any of these running wide receivers, any of these quarterbacks, but I think the other guys aren't great either. So maybe it's time to take the risk that you got a quarterback.
And then you have the old evil empire behind them in the Patriots. I would be really worried for them to be picking Johnson. I think they could use a defensive end, the Patriots.
Pittsburgh has the pick in at this point now.
Okay. I'm enjoying listening to Kelsey talk about the Eagles. He's like, all the players, the fans, my family, everyone's texting me. Now, I'm excited. AJ Brown is
No, you should be happy with that.
yeah.
Like Tomlin's never finished with a losing record in 15 years as a head coach. Yeah, like I said, I'd be very surprised if they don't actually end up going to the quarterback there.
I think, I forgot about they had Trubisky.
Mm.
Kenny Pickett
Would be my first thought, yes.
No,
I'm
they're
going to go
taking
with
Kenny.
my
No,
first
they
thought
just-
is Malik.
And it is Kenny
No,
Pickett.
it is Kenny Pickett. That's what I'm saying. Yep.
Oh,
And the Pittsburgh Steelers developed their future right there.
So So I said they would pick their hometown local boy.
Yeah, makes complete sense in a dozen different ways. So,
I like that.
Yeah.
I think Pickett is the better of the quarterbacks
mhm.
in this draft, regardless of how low or high you have put that, set that standard. But now,
well, here's the problem with Kenny Pickett. There's two problems. He has a fumbling problem, and it appears
so
to
does
be
Daniel Jones.
It appears to be his fumbling problem is related to something that you cannot change, which is a smaller hand size. He had the reason they get concerned about small hand size is throwing the ball and holding it, and he does fumble the ball. So I'm surprised that they went this way.
Goff that's what they said about Goff, that he has small hands, but if he actually throws a nice ball.
But he
like
didn't
a
have
really
a
nice
fumbling problem. And
No, he
Pickett
doesn't have a fun. No,
Pickett has a fumbling problem. Like that's the thing. He has the small hands and he fumbles. Meanwhile, Jermaine Johnson is falling faster than
No, and I admit I haven't watched really any of Pittsburgh's, but are his fumbles more because of his style of play or because of lack of fundamentals or mechanics or something like that?
I don't know. What I know is that people.
He is mobile.
I've read multiple people who said, yes, he has small hands. It doesn't really matter, except he has this other problem that can be attributed to his small hands.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why his hand size may be a concern. I'm just concerned that fumbles, and we've seen that if you have a fumbling problem, you can end up running right into your own teammate and fumbling. And then making, being the image of the out there.
Like a Thanksgiving night?
Yeah, yes. And now the Green Bay Packers pick, with all of the guys they were hoping to have fall to them, probably gone. And so now, do they just pick a wide receiver to make Rodgers happy, just to make him happy, even though it's probably not the best available player in any way, shape, or form? Like, there is defensive backs in McDuffie. There's Jermaine Johnson, who just cannot, for whatever reason, get taken, which may be a sign that you shouldn't take him.
And now what do the Patriots do? Indeed.
Flip that right over there. Down to almost the last third.
I don't know. You guys know, I've been trying this. I tried this on my show earlier. This background I have color scheme wise, where I have this light side and dark side.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I feel like that might be my new setup here. I figure I can change the lighting because I had once you pointed out that I look pasty, I could not see it, so I've had to just redisperse light in a more favorable manner. So
how about a strobe light? Disco ball.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right, so it is my turn to walk away. I will return shortly.
Very good. What if he doesn't? So, all right. So basically, like I said, now we're into almost the last third. Your favorite team has the draft pick at this point.
I
almost.
I'm gonna. You know what?
I give your thought. I go.
he could. You know what? He could go either way. I can see him taking Hill or McDuffie going secondary.
Mm.
What do you think?
He's got to basically shore up that defense. That's the biggest thing in my mind. I think you have time right now to let Mac Jones be able
Plenty
to
of
throw.
linebackers up now too.
Yeah.
Devin Lloyd, Nicole Dean.
Nope, nothing. I haven't actually announced it yet. But yeah, like I said, I think for a team like the New England Patriots, the defense is what's got to be focused on right now. And this is Bill Belichick, so he will play his cards probably close to his chest, probably right to the last second. I would almost suspect in this case, he already knows what he's going to do. But I think being the psychological mind screwer that he is, he will wait until like 3 seconds left and be like, oh yeah, by the way, this one, even though they already decided, way back what they're going to do. Right now, NFL Network is showing Kenny Pickett right now. Kenny Pickett, by the way, from Jersey. Woo.
Yeah, they showed it where he's chilling. I think it was in Long Anchor, New Jersey.
Like I said, a good pick for Pittsburgh here because obviously you needed to get a quarterback for the future.
Yeah. McDuffie.
He's
Trent McDuffie to the Patriots.
Okay. By the way, before I fix
that. That's what I felt like they were going to go secondary.
By the way, Kenny Pickett is drawing comparisons to Matt Hasselbeck, which I'm not sure. Is that a good thing or not?
I mean, if that's the best they can do,
yeah.
I mean, that's not fantastic.
Well, I guess Matt Hasselbeck better than Tim Hasselbeck. Tim Hasselbeck, who's more known for his time in The Bachelor than anything else.
or better than a Trent Dilfer.
Well, dude, Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Managed a win to a Super Bowl, but won it anyway.
No, Ray Lewis won a Super Bowl.
Like I said, he managed the offense. Oh yeah, Ray Lewis and that defense carried them all the way. They destroyed my Giants that year. But he still has a Super Bowl ring to his name. Where is he now? Is he at ESPN?
The Patriots have traded the number 21 pick to the Chiefs.
All right.
Now, I don't know if it's the pick or McDuffie himself. That is interesting.
If they Chiefs acquired the 21st overall pick from Patriots, but they just used it on McDuffie. What the hell?
No, so take that back. It's not McDuffie. I mean, it still could be, but it's just the traded pick to Kansas City.
How bizarre! How bizarre! It's also unusual that the two teams would trade with each other too.
So then, if it's the Chiefs, that's true. If Chiefs are on the clock, I would say a linebacker. Defense. I gotta go defense.
I don't know. Do you go wide receiver though?
No, you just traded for Juju.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And you still have like a Byron Pringle.
I was thinking basically what you have to do with Tyreek Hill, but Juju Smith-Schuster would work.
And Kelsey.
Yeah, Kelsey's all right, but yeah, I guess maybe go defense.
Patriots traded the 21 pick and the Chiefs for the 29, 34, and 121st. So, all right. So it still is McDuffie.
All right. So McDuffie is the official pick.
Yeah, so they traded up with the Patriots to take McDuffie.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'm not surprised by that.
put that back on the Packers then.
Now, the Green Bay Packers, if I am Brian Gutekunst, let's see. Probably maybe Jermaine Johnson then.
Could be.
Try and get a pass rusher. They need it.
And now it's funny.
Obviously, I think offense, even without Adams, I think they'll still be okay. I think you gotta give Aaron Rodgers a defense.
Agreed. Actually, funny thing, since the Chiefs are on NFL Network, since the Chiefs are on right now, they're mentioning the fact that the Chiefs are playing on Amazon Prime.
Week 2 against the Chargers.
Ooh. All right, so Trent McDuffie goes to Kansas City. His very, very 3-minute stay with the New England Patriots.
His 3-minute stay. Did I miss something there? Did the Patriots take him and trade the player?
No, they traded the pick, but the pick was McDuffie anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it was originally reported that the Patriots had taken Trent McDuffie.
Right.
Okay. All right.
So
this was not a basketball situation.
No, but it would still surprises me just the same is the fact that the Patriots and the Chiefs would make a trade. I'm sorry. I mean, it catches me off guard there.
Why?
I mean, you're still not in division. It's not in division.
Yeah, but the rivalry and all that. By the way, they're showing
rivalry. That rivalry with Tom. That was 2 games when Tom Brady was there. That rivalry is not a rivalry.
No, I don't know. Patriots Chiefs not a rivalry.
All right.
Boy, what a draft.
They're showing McDuffie's family right now.
This family is just
dude. The lady with the kid right now. Keep letting that kid fall out of her hands.
They're gonna yeet that kid,
dude.
This kid's gonna vomit.
Yeah. Green Bay's pick is already in at this point.
Kid, stop jumping with the kids, please.
I know, really.
Green Bay. I think it's interesting.
Yeah, wasting no time in this one.
Did they grab one of the wide receivers that was not left because they didn't trade up?
Obie, I like how you have the black hat with the green brim, and I'm opposite here. Just notice that.
That is well thought out there. I used to say when
we did that on purpose, of course.
Well, I know what I say about Jet fans when they're down here. They're just in camouflage. Like they can just walk around, no one notices.
I know, and especially when you break out those Kelly greens, then it's identical.
I'm getting myself a Kelly Green, AJ Brown jersey. No, I'm not. I do not believe in getting player jerseys for active players.
Yeah, retired players is different.
Yes.
Well, see, if you want to piss me off, get a Mark Bavaro Eagles jersey.
No. Oh, pick is in.
Quay Walker.
Okay.
Quay Walker.
Yep, there it is. Linebacker.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, now you start scraping a little bit for the first round.
Quay Walker to hopefully to be their next Clay Matthews.
Ooh, that's some speed. But that's the first linebacker taken.
Mm-hmm.
Not even sure he's the best linebacker out of Georgia. Well, I'll tell you who's not happy. All that work to keep Aaron Rodgers, and then they didn't get him a wide receiver.
Yeah, right.
No, you have to give him a defense. I was saying before you came on, the offense is going to be fine with or without Devontae Adams. I think you got to give him some defensive help.
All the talk that we had that Aaron Rodgers threw his last pass there. That worked out well.
Yeah.
That aged like fine wine.
Oh yeah. Well, the wine turned vinegar in my fridge there.
After the Bills pick, I'm gonna call it a night. Gotta be up
All right.
early in the morning.
The Bills pick is going to be interesting because that could be the running back. Although, with all the love that you and I have for Singletary, after watching that game, they're going to replace him.
I know. How dare they? Best running back in the damn league. Our boy, Devin Singletary.
So, what time you got to get up tomorrow?
7:30.
It's not brutal.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not terrible.
It's well, the job there it is, but
Yeah, it could be worse.
yeah. I've been up since about 5:30 this morning, just running errands and crap. But God bless 3 cups of coffee and a little bit of wine.
See, a lot of times I'm already up at 5 or 5:30, and I'll try and go back to sleep. My cat, once he wakes up,
Dude. Oh my
he
God.
will not shut up. And it literally could be 3 o'clock. It could be 6 o'clock, anytime in between.
Minnesota's making a trade here, it looks like.
To Buffalo.
Ooh.
So the Bills picking 23 and 25.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I don't know. Because so now, do they want that running back? I don't think they want him that bad.
No. They there's no way they're trading up for a running back. Maybe Jermaine Johnson.
When a guy falls this far, though, you got to wonder why. Right? On the other hand, Dan Marino fell this far.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you, the Quay Walker hate is strong.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying that nobody's happy with this. I don't. Did they just do it to piss Aaron Rodgers off?
I think it's the right way to go. So they trade the 20. Yeah, they trade the. So they trade the 25th and 130th picks to the Ravens for the 23rd pick or 25th pick.
So they did swap they didn't keep the 25th pick.
No. They did it. It showed it at first. No, but then they updated it.
Yeah. No, on my feed too. I'm saying that as not to correct you because I do know I have a problem correcting my co-hosts. I'm trying to get better at it. But this was not a correction as a ding 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 dawning on me where I read it the same way you did the first time.
Yeah.
I think Buffalo goes
Daxton Hill. I'm going Daxton Hill. That's what my insiders say.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't really need much in the way of defense right now. I mean, after adding Von Miller in this case, which is a phenomenal grab. Sorry, Brandon.
I mean, they could. I guess they could. I mean, I can't. I don't imagine them coming up for the running back to get in front of the Cowboys, right? Like, the Cowboys are not taking a running back.
Nah.
Kyer Elam.
Kyer Elam. Yep.
See it. Go ahead, that's quarterback. All
right, Jets. I'm gonna sign off.
All right.
Okay, and I don't think Scott and I are gonna make it much longer.
Nah, probably not.
Probably 25. You think? See what Baltimore ends up getting after all these moves, and we got to cover the Cowboys because everybody hates the Cowboys.
I was going to ask you. Yeah, I was going to say at least finish off the Cowboys.
All right, gentlemen.
All right, bud.
I will talk to you later.
I will give you details tomorrow in regards to Jared and Mike for Saturday.
Cool. Sounds good.
Yeah, so promote that shit.
We'll do it. All right, gents.
All right, bud.
Later.
Okay, so
All right.
how you holding up?
I'm holding up. I went ahead and got some
Nice.
decaf, but it's still got just enough to get you through another half hour. So
Placebo coffee.
yeah, exactly what it is. Exactly
Yeah.
what it is.
My mother-in-law makes placebo coffee all the time, and in my head, I pretend it's real.
I usually have a cup of placebo sometime between 6 and 8 at night. So, but yeah, this was.
Jeez. Yeah, Brandon leaves and leaves the two old farts still here.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I think that and it's getting ready for us to leave because it's getting down to those guys that I don't I can admit that I don't full have knowledge of. I was surprised by how many of the wide receivers that I knew and had studied up on went so quickly. That was a mad dash there in the middle of the draft. It really was. And I think it definitely affected the end of the draft because I don't think that Green Bay knew what they were doing. I think Green Bay thought they were going to get a wide receiver, and they didn't. Whereas Kansas City, I think, handled that situation better. I think they got a quality player who was at about the right spot. Whereas Quay Walker sounds like, and I got like I said, a bunch of things. It's a lot harder to do all the things I was doing with only two of us. But Quay Walker is not the guy that should have been taken at that point.
It is odd. I mean, with Dallas right now, Dallas is strong in the offense. I don't know. I can almost see Dallas trying to get like a linebacker or defensive line. I think they got to shore up that defense a little bit.
Yeah, I mean they lost Jeffries, whatever, the pothead. So Jermaine Johnson seems like the pick to me. I don't. Again, there might be some sort of off the field issues with him when I say problems because this was a guy who's ranked like 15th overall. We're like at 23, 24 now. So I'm not sure what his story is, but that would be my guess to make up for the exact thing they lost.
Yeah. And I think, there we go.
Ooh.
Yeah, like I said, I got to admit, I'm curious about the Cowboys. I'm sure you are too.
We got to see what we're up against now. And you got to wonder, in all honesty, with the Eagles getting what they got in AJ Brown and locking him down for so long, does that change the Cowboys' strategy?
Right? I was going to ask if they're going to focus on a quarterback now.
Right. Do you want to make sure you have that extra cover guy because now you got two guys who look like they can like wide receiver there?
I don't think you want to do that necessarily. I mean, if you got a corner that you had in mind, okay, that's one thing. But I don't think you deviate too much from the game plan just because AJ Brown is now in your division.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm a best available type of guy, and I do dynasty drafts, which can all be about best available. And I'll have teams that are just loaded at one position. And granted, dynasty is probably easier to move players because there's no real emotional connection for anybody. But just get the best players out there. And sometimes you move a guy slightly. You go, yeah. And if you have a real good coach, you go from a 3-down lineman to 4-down lineman and back again. Right. So there it is. Randy Gregory is gone. Jermaine Johnson seems like to me the guy to pick him and replace him. But we're going to get some good information about this soon because, like I said, you're watching ESPN, you're behind us.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of defensive players still available at our quality right now, too.
Yeah. All right. So there's another list that had Jermaine Johnson up there. So you have to, when you see a guy slip like this, you will start to wonder: do the NFL execs know something that we don't know, that they didn't tell the media because they were hoping somebody else would miss it and let the guy start to slip?
Could be.
On the other hand, a cornerback to aid Trayvon Diggs may not be the worst thing, but he's got.
I mean, the offense, like I said, is in solid shape. I would just focus on the defense, get that defense lined up.
Yeah, I mean, everything I keep seeing here tells me that this is a defensive end move. He's
Yeah.
the best guy you lost that you haven't made up for. I know you lost some wide receivers, but you got Washington back in. I don't know that there's an offensive guard in as good a position as they are right now. And Jermaine Johnson is just a guy who's been falling. He's the perfect fit there to replace Randy Gregory.
And I think that's if you ask me, that's probably the guess I would go with.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the guy who was supposed to go to the Jets at like number 6 by many mock drafts. All right. And they're taking their sweet time. They may be trying to trade out of this.
Could be.
And there's always there is an offensive lineman apparently available, Linderbaum. I mean, there's some available. There's a higher rated offensive lineman available, Tyler Linderbaum. He could come out and be the guy here, but boy, I feel like they need the defense even more. There's enough protection there for him, but yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. According to NFL Network, it's 3 minutes left on the clock, but how far back behind they are? They're waiting the last second here.
Yeah, they must really be trying to push a trade through.
Maybe.
Or they're the Cowboys and they're milking it.
For Amari Cooper to the Browns, yeah, we know that already.
Yeah.
Cooper for a 5th round pick though feels low.
Well, remember they were going to lose him. They weren't going to sign him. I mean, that was just they were going to cut him. So they basically said to the NFL, "Who wants dibs?" You know, basically it was like that's what as a guy. Yeah, the pick is in, and we don't know it.
All right. Still waiting.
And just in time.
Hanging for dramatic effect here.
Yep. Try and check some of these grades here.
Sure.
I'll tell you what. I'm seeing 1 or 2 folks who did not hate the Quay Walker and gave it the full A. But this is looks like I'm looking at this grading site, and it seems to be a pretty easy grading site, I will say.
Traded their pick is still in, still not posted yet.
All right. So it looks like they're going to go line in Tyler Smith.
All right.
I don't know Tyler Smith. He was not on any of the things I saw as a next type of guy, but the Cowboys, they're doing what the Cowboys have done for a long. I mean, look, they don't consistently win. They haven't won in a while, but they've been scary because of great offensive line play for 3, 4, 5 decades now.
He's got good speed for an O lineman too.
Yes, yeah, 5.02 40 yard dash.
Yeah.
All right.
But that'll help. Yeah.
Are we going to say goodnight?
Yeah, I think so. It's 11:15 already.
Dallas
I can't stop yawning.
Offensive lineman Tyler Smith.
Yes.
Good night.
So, yes, thank you as always. Be awesome.